was doing better alone, but when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed home, 'cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no, I was doing better alone, but when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed home, 'cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Break my heart. Break my heart.
And drugs at a music festival.
He's producing, Jason is making it all happen electronically, and Dom is taking the calls. So that's the gist. The number, as I've already said, is 0800 218 2255. Your calls are welcome. How do Nick?
Hello, Alan.
Hello, Nick.
I'd like to offer some advice to that gentleman who phoned yesterday, who's looking for a potential partner.
Okay.
When the restrictions have been lifted, he can join a singles walking club.
Yeah.
And the speed dating as well. Online dating.
Yeah, we've mentioned both of those to him in the past.
Right. I've got a few more.
Okay.
He could ask a friend if they know of any women he could be introduced to if they're single.
Yeah.
He could learn a new skill at night school.
That was suggested last night as well. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, charity work.
That was mentioned.
Okay. Nightclubs, he could go with a friend, for a bit of moral support.
Yeah, no, a nightclub's all right for meeting people.
Oh, yeah,
I've not been in one for 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's, yeah. And also, I don't know if they do this anymore, but it could try a Lonely Hearts in the newspaper.
Yeah. That's
So
sort
there
of...
are some options for him.
There are always options, yes.
Yeah, and he's a relatively young man, and there's no reason why he can't find anyone. I know he hasn't got a lot of confidence, but once he gets a bit more experience on the dating scene, he might...
Yeah, I mean, lack of confidence can't be a drawback. I've copped off in the past.
Oh, right. Because I got married when I was 45, so,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what age you are. You can, there's always someone... There's always a person for other people. You just got to go out there and sort of mingle.
The hard part isn't for the gentleman that was on last evening. The hard part isn't finding places; it's finding the confidence. When you're shy, and I mean, I was joking about my own prowess at being not very good at chatting people up, but when you're shy, and I am shy, it's very hard to start a conversation with a stranger.
It could go on a confidence course.
Mm.
You have like confidence courses, don't they?
They do.
And there's something else. What is it? And there's books you could read, self-help books as well.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
About building your confidence and, no, it's not easy. It's not because, there's the possibility of rejection.
That's the
obviously.
difficulty,
But,
isn't it? That's the difficulty.
which isn't nice, but you just got to get past that and just move on to the next one.
Mm.
And I
Right,
just hope he
that's-
has a bit of success because he's got a full-time job and he's got a house mortgage. He's got prospects. I think he just needs to build his confidence up, and I think he'll be all right.
I think you might be right. He'll be phoning us up next week and telling him he's married with 3 kids. Good on you, Nick. Cheers, mate. Have a good night. 0800 218 2255. Matt's new. Good evening, Matt.
Hi, are you okay?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, no, it was just, it was interesting to, so the last song, sorry, what was the song again? It's just, I've been listening to so much you've been saying, I forgot the song, what was playing.
It was You're So Vain by Carly Simon.
Yeah, and you mentioned, you could swear it was about you, and I was thinking the same thing.
Indeed, that's the whole point of the song, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's always about us.
Yeah, it was, and the thing was, I was thinking to myself, does it portray as a spectrum, or is it like just one thing? It's the way you see a relationship, and the way you are in a relationship, if you like. Yeah. So it's you portray yourself as one thing, and then you may be in another situation.
Yeah.
If you like. Yeah. So what? Basically, the way I struggle with things is people divide things up, and they divide things up into minorities or different boxes, rather than saying people are people. Do you understand what I mean?
You're correct, but it's almost impossible to just accept another human being just because they're another human being. You will, if you like, segregate the different elements of their personality, the ones you like and the ones you dislike.
We will do that on a personal level, though.
Yes,
we do that on a personal level. We shouldn't really do that on a social level. I mean,
we shouldn't.
You're a celebrity, you're a celebrity, then fair enough, then they're putting themselves out there to be, viewed and admired, if you like. But on a more social level, if you start with the basics, it seems very simple, and then it escalates and it escalates and escalates, and then it's almost like a virus itself. It infects the mind, it infects people, it infects everything. People should come back to a standard way of living, and then building from that, I feel, rather than trying to jump in on the social media ladder when it's way out of your spectrum. It's everyone.
I think I agree with you. Well, I know I agree with you that social media is not awfully good for the development of a personal relationship,
exactly.
but also getting a grasp of what humanity is like.
Well, the thing is it's all as one. As soon as that's the problem. It's all entangled as one. It's social media. There's no breakdown. In our life, we compartmentise boxes of our life, but the internet doesn't do that.
No, the internet.
It crosses it over. It drags people into different realms that they've not previously been in.
We have to do a lot more sifting these days because of social media, that's for sure.
Definitely. I mean, what I'm seeing, there's children buying drugs online. There's people, buying crazy things off the internet. You know, it's getting to a point where, you know, you feel it's two sides, and you know, these platforms, how can they be allowed to do that? If he was, you know, even involved.
Well, the platform just says we're here. We're just a chalkboard. If you want to write to us, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough, and you know that is fair enough. But you know, you have got to practice what you preach, basically. And if that's what they practice, that's what they preach, in my opinion.
All right. Good on you, Matt. Lovely to hear from you. 0800 218 2255. If you want to join us, that's good. I'll do Keith.
Hello. I think John Gilmore's your warm-up man tonight on Lancashire.
Well, on Lancashire, yes. Rather entirely
Lancashire.
different people on BBC Radio Manchester.
Yeah, anyhow, he said, just to get things going, your back bedroom's full of spiders.
He might be right. I don't know how he knows, but he may be right.
No, anyway, then he gets to the best bit. And it was me. Yeah, about the hate.
Well, that tells you how bad this programme is.
Well,
the best thing on it, dear God, we're finished.
Graceful. Anyway, I was going to talk about something sensible like the typhoon. So, this is something...
tea?
No, not typhoon, not typhoon tea.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, well, I mean, you know, you covered a range of subjects in your occasional visits to these airwaves. It could so easily have been the tea. Anyway, go on. Tell me about a typhoon.
The interesting thing is the left-hand wing is made in Spain, but the right-hand wing is made in Italy.
Of what?
The typhoon jet.
Oh, right. So not the blowy, circular, windy thing in the east. No, the plane.
I missed the plane out.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean...
Yeah. You can't get everything right.
Or anything, as it turns out. But, so the typhoon aircraft,
yes,
different bits of it are made in different places.
Yes, but all to less than a millimetre tolerance, which is amazing, really.
Well, you want them to fit together, don't you? I mean, come on, when you buy Lego, that fits together. I mean, if we can get Lego to fit together, then a fighter jet should be able to... But it's not unusual for different bits of a large object to be made in different places.
But I would have thought the left and the right-hand wing would be made in the same place rather than two different countries.
Well, if you want two different people to make the wings, to give jobs to people in both those areas, it is wise to have them make just one sort.
Yes, makes sense.
And you'll need the same number from both.
Yes.
Otherwise the planes will go round in circles.
Of course. And then when the thing is completed, and I believe there are about 60 million, these...
you don't need that many.
No, 60 million for one.
Oh, that's what they cost?
Yes.
Right, because you said when they're completed, there's about 60 million. I thought you meant there'll be 60 million of them. So when they're completed, they cost 60 million.
Yeah, and...
How much do they cost before they're completed?
Well, a lot. I don't know.
Right, okay. So anyway, the Typhoon jet is made in two different places and will cost 60...
count the UK.
I usually do count the UK, otherwise I've not got anywhere to live. So 3... Right, so when you said it's made in two places, you meant two other places as well as the UK?
As well as, yes.
Right, well, you see, this is the problem. First I thought you were on about tea, then I thought you were on about a very, very circular wind, and then I find out that the basis of your conversation, that they're made in two places, is erroneous, and they're made in three.
Right. Well, I think I better finish with the test pilot takes it on a 500-mile RAS after that.
Well, where else would he do? He's not going to do it round the corner, is he?
Oh,
he does it 300 mile an hour.
Yeah, he's going to be in Scotland in no time.
Well, it depends where he starts from.
I think I've definitely said enough tonight, Alan.
Well, I mean, I don't know whether that's exclusive to this evening, but never mind. Thank you very much. 0800 218 2255. How do Trevor?
Hi, Alan. Are you doing all right?
I'm doing mighty fine, thank you.
Good. It's a nice day today. I wish we'll get some rain tomorrow, though. A lot of rain, I think. so they say in the news on the weather report. I was looking at the weather report for yesterday about Western Coast.
No, can you hear me now?
It's really hot there.
I know to turn my microphone.
130 death hours, so they say. But so
Hello.
my point was, do you believe in creationism or
Hello there.
evolutionism, or are they both the same? Or
I'm going to put the link into Twitter and see what happens.
By Mrs. gave me a book for Christmas one year, and I just started to read it. And it's all about the interpretation of and how you interpret it. And basically, it's like you say, it's a novel in many ways, or there's many different types of writing within the Bible. There's poetry, there's legal statements, there's history, there's many different writings. And sometimes it repeats itself. It says one thing and then repeats it again a little bit further on. Or for example, there is one part that says, when you're close to death, you should take strong drink. Well, they wondered about that. Strong drink's mentioned 21 times in the Bible. I'll get to the point in a moment. But the point is that when they looked at the word that we used was a Hebrew word called sikar. And they looked at the Akkadian languages, the old language of the Assyrians.
Two lost lambs, old hands, find a man, not a man, understand he's the daddy son of Sam, and hey, they found the Lord of Pain. Dark words overheard, nipple twist, rug burn, demon bird, doom heard, me and Stevie Gutenberg, liar, in the lake of fire. Satan, can you hear us? For we are on our way. I'd just like to give our praise today. 'Cause that's the acolyte way.
Now they can hear me. Hello, Katherine. Well, you can speak.
Okay, hello. I was just going to waggle my computer a bit more. Hang on.
Can I ask? Hang on. Oh, Jesus, now it's not quite working. Hang on, I need to do something. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. I've got to wire that through there. If I wire that through...
Oh, it's all gone wrong.
Guys, can you hear Katherine and does it sound okay in the chat? Can you hear Katherine and does it sound okay? And if anyone just writes yes or no, you're going to get timed out. Katherine, can you just talk for a minute, please?
Yeah. I should have done this before, shouldn't I? Hello, 1 2 1 2.
So keep talking. I need to see the thing.
And can you hear me? Hello.
All right, you're coming. Hang on a minute. I can fix the echo. No, the echo shouldn't be there. The echo.
I love technology.
Why are you coming through
there?
there?
So fun to me.
It is fun, actually. Oh no, here we go. It's my fault. Right, now try.
Wonk now. Why?
But talk into the microphone properly because you need to be near it.
Hello.
Are you using your Blue Yeti?
Yes, I am.
You need to be really close to it and you need to up the gain.
That's why I'm gonna.
Because you're very low.
Now, how's that?
It's still really low.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, you're much lower than me. How well, at what setting have you got the Yeti on, first of all?
I've got it on. Hang on. Here we go.
All right.
Now. How's that?
You need to up the gain.
It's whacked up. Just whacked it up now.
You're really low on my mixer, so I'm massively louder than you. So what could I do to change that? How about if I went and did that? Right, talk now.
Hello. I'm hoping that's spot on.
Is it? All right. I don't want anyone to talk now. Apart from Matty, because Matty is the only person I trust when it comes to the audios. Matty, her audio looks way lower on my mixer, but do we sound similar? It's better but quieter than me.
Can Kath's sound is better, but a bit distant. I've got it on
Ignore everyone else. It's just Matty that we're interested in because no one else speaks exactly the right language that we are speaking here.
I got it on this, which is the.
I don't know. I don't understand the settings. If that's the main setting, that's the main setting. But
Yours.
I don't understand why you're quieter. It'd be something this end. So how are we going to? Let's get rid of that first of all. Right. How are we going to make that? If we put that. Select. Okay, hang on. If I then did. Oh, you've chosen the Yeti and Zoom, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just scratch the microphone for me. Yeah. You've chosen Yeti and Zoom. If you go to audio settings, here we go. If you go to, so you click on where you'd add the microphone. At the bottom is audio settings. Then in audio.
Hang on. What we got? Select a microphone. No, now. It says built-in microphone or external, but I didn't select that before. Hang on, let's go again.
Get ready to get your ears blasted off, everybody.
All right, sorry everyone about this.
This is what life.
Now it's not registering the Yeti.
Why is it not seeing that?
I don't know. Let's take it out and put it in again. It's not saying it at all. No, I did have that, so it must have come out again. Hang on, let's go to... Do you know what? Maybe I should go out and come back in again.
Okay.
Sorry. Won't be a minute.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Why wouldn't it recognise her Yeti microphone, guys? What would that be all about? What would that be about, do we think? That's right, we're going to do the whole show on Zoom today. We're doing it this way. I'm in quarantine until I get the results of my corona test back. Do you want to hear something? Do you want to hear a mystery sound? See if you can guess what this mystery sound is. Where did I put it? Here we go. What's this mystery sound? Are you ready? Okay, does anyone know what that mystery sound is? We'll try it again. Mystery sound. It's a mystery sound, but what is it? Oh. What is the mystery sound? Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's me doing the corona test, guys. That's me swabbing myself in my car. That's what that is. It's me swabbing myself. I'm a tough guy. I'm a very, very tough guy. I had a COVID test today. Oh, there's James Bond there. We'll see how we get on today. So I don't feel very well. I think it's just a cold. You did well. But what does that mean I did well? Really? People, hit chat. Chat. You don't have to comment on everything. Okay? You don't have to comment. I'm not picking on anyone, but you don't have to comment on everything. Okay? So we're waiting for Katherine. So yeah, until I get the test results, which should hopefully be tomorrow, maybe the day after. My kids are out of school. And Kath's doing the show from her house. I'm doing the show from my house. It's just a cold. I'm sure it's just a cold. Very creepy. I recorded the whole thing. I'm going to put it out as a podcast on my Patreon and then put it out a few weeks later. Fuck Roger. You don't have to comment on everything. So you don't have to comment on everything. Please. And none of you are doctors. I take my temperature's all right. I feel really, really hot, but my temperature's fine. $37. I don't feel very well. My cough kind of has eased off a bit. I'm feeling hot. I'm feeling very tired, feeling very grumpy. I don't feel very well at all. Been asleep most of the day. Money, if it's a choice between Patreon or Twitch, go for Twitch. Go for Twitch, because then it goes between me and Kath. I wonder where Catherine's gone. She's vanished. Let's admit everybody. Here they come. Hey, Boyley's coming in. I've got everyone. If you could mute, I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute. No, I don't want you to unmute. I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you. This is exciting. Right, Catherine, how you doing? She's connecting to audio.
Does this work?
Is that Yeti?
Well, it says external. It doesn't show up. Is that? I just tested the microphone and it just worked.
Turn the gain right down. Let's see.
All right, let's see. 1 2 1 2.
Well, you got to keep talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. So it's not that microphone at all.
Flipping thing. I restarted the computer and everything. What do I do?
Unplug it and see what happens and see what you sound like. No, just unplug the microphone now.
Yeah, that's what I've just done.
You sound exactly the same.
I know. So this isn't even picking up, is it?
No, why not? You're going to have to spend tomorrow Googling it.
I think I will.
You're going to have to Google it tomorrow.
That's a pain, isn't it?
Can you hear her? Matty. Just Matty! Just Matty. Can she just show? You can hear just Matty. I'm gonna do a Kaz on you and just ban you all from my life. It's fine. We're gonna cope. We're gonna cope. We're gonna cope with it. We're gonna do it. We're doing it.
I don't like it. I wonder if there's something on my computer.
Who did that?
Alexander Van Cleef.
Goodbye, Alexander. Goodbye, Alexander. Thank you. Goodbye, Alexander. Thank you. Thank you. We just seen a penis, apparently.
It wasn't a very good one.
Oh, as long as we don't see any more penises. Oh, we're seeing a penis. Come on, Dave. Come on. You knew that was coming. You knew. Could you unmute, please, David?
Can you hear me, mother?
What is... No, I can't hear you, Father. It's very... It's like those recordings of dead people on the radio.
That's a bear. You hear me now?
No, it's exactly the same.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well. This is working well, isn't it?
Right. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Everybody, you're all going to leave. You're all going to leave. Everybody leave except for Catherine.
Yeah.
Everybody leave. Go away. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mark. You will be invited in later. But until then, get out of it, Pits. You're the Pits. You stop it, please, George. You're not going out. It's too late to go out, darling boy. It's hot, isn't it? There was an earthquake near me.
Well, apparently near me, but I didn't feel a thing, and
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the earthquake. Let's try something. I don't think you'll be able to...
Yes, Catifer, I did have the mic plugged in when I restarted. That was the whole point of restarting. I don't know.
Neither of us are in the mood for your bullshit tonight. All right? Neither of us are in the mood
Come here,
for
Willow,
your
if you want to come.
bullshit.
Willow wants to join in.
How are you feeling today?
Well, I think I might be a little bit better.
Talk to me.
Well, both kids went to school, but I had a slight soft landing because my nephews came over for a couple of hours, because normally my dad looks after them, but he couldn't today. And so I had kids for about a couple of hours. Then they disappeared and I was on my own. So I went to bed for a bit, then I got up, and I rediscovered my PS4. Played that for a bit, and then it was time to pick up the kids. So I've sort of pleased myself today, and it was a pretty nice sensation.
Good.
What's going on there? Don't be smutty, Dawson-y, mate. Although I knew one of you would fall for that one.
Masturbation.
Yeah. And what if I did? I was on my own, do what I want.
Exactly. I didn't today. I can't.
No.
I don't feel it. This ain't lasting 3 hours, says Moz. You're right. It's not lasting 3 hours. We're going to do 5 hours tonight just to piss you off. Piece of trash. I don't feel very well. I feel very hot. I haven't really got a temperature, but I feel very hot.
Yeah. You went and had a test, didn't you?
I got my COVID test. I had to go to Windsor for it, and it's very, very weird. I recorded it. I'm going to put it out as a podcast. We've played the mystery sound already.
We have. Hang on a second. There's an idiot playing with the box that I'm popping up my computer. Just 1 moment, please. Come here, madam.
Let's play a game. Let's see who can go the longest without making a comment in the chat. Let's play a game. Hello, Willow. Look at that beautiful cat. The arrogance. Let's play a game. Let's see who can go the longest without making a really unnecessary comment in the chat. Let's see. I think I know who's going to lose. Stretch out a little bit. I'll tell you what I've got, and I've not read. I've had to keep them hidden because I had the boys here when I bought one. I had to hide it in the boot of my car. Right. We'll invite you in a bit. There's no way I could do Skype and have you hear it, is there?
I don't know. Try it.
No. It's not. No, I'm looking at the settings. It won't work the way it is because it's coming through that microphone. No. Right. Nope.
Oh, this is so hot. Oh, what you got? Excellent work.
Got the sports. Should we have a look?
Yeah, let's do it.
You can't see that, right? Stunning Georgia Mayfoot has found herself at the centre of a fanny shaving mystery. Oh. Hang on a second.
Oh, I think I might have worked out the microphone.
Go on.
I think he might have come.
There we go. You've done it.
Yeah.
What was the problem?
It comes slightly unplugged at the bottom there.
Oh, Right, now could you turn your gain down quite a bit?
Yes, that's everyone.
So it wasn't plugged in?
Well, it come on.
Yeah, so it wasn't plugged in?
A bit, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, you can't be a bit plugged in. You're plugged in or you're not plugged in. Was it plugged in?
Not correctly. Incorrectly.
She was not plugged in. If she wants an ice cream while having her toes sucked, Sarah Knight's husband will quickly and eagerly oblige.
Oof.
Because she has it in writing. She has it in writing. Because she has it in writing that Jan is obliged to do so. Jan.
Jan. She's got a contract, has she?
The couple
For
have drawn
shrimping.
up
That's what they call it.
a BDSM contract that formalises their mistress-slave relationship. The Knights, who have been married for 2 years, say both of them are very happy when Sarah is bossing Jan about. The pair play out kinky power play scenes up in the bedroom, but Jan will also be at his wife's beck and call in general everyday life. Glasgow-born Sarah, 43, says that she enjoys pouring hot wax on her man's balls
Mate!
and inflicting pain with nipple clamps. She says of her Dutch hubby, Jan has a foot fetish and I very much use that to tease him with and reward him, but only if he's good and does what he's told. I order him to worship my feet and to smell, lick and kiss them and suck my toes. I will step when we really get into it. I will step on him hard, either barefooted or with high heels, and that can hurt.
I bet it can. Flipping heck.
If he's a good boy, then he will get a foot job, but only if he pleases his mistress.
I can't stop thinking about Baby Belle.
Jan does most of the housework because I find it a tedious effort. But we acknowledge it will be very intense mentally to be a slave 24/7, so we have scheduled in days off.
Right.
I'm demanding, but I can also be a very kind and reasonable mistress.
Yeah, she's not all bad.
She says, I get a kick from feeling powerful and in control. Jan finds a release in having power taken away from him. It's de-stressing, removing responsibilities. For instance, Jan won't accept anything that draws blood or will maim him, and he doesn't like being choked.
Oh my God. He draws the line there.
BDSM, in a second, we're getting to a good bit, and I just need to tape. I'm just taping my balls up, hang on. Getting to a good bit. Some show tonight, guys. This head thing keeps falling.
Wait, I've knocked this out again. Hang on.
Ugh. Welcome to a very professional stream tonight, guys.
You be careful with that tape.
I was taping the headphone.
P.S. How are your feet?
I've still got the tape on. I've not looked since the weekend. Got the Shropper soon. I feel lousy tonight. I feel really ill. BDSM play varies in intensities, and some in the community can play very, very hard. We're talking bruises, covering entire limbs, carrying out needle piercings, and in some cases, even branding like cattle.
I mean...
But Jan will let me pour hot wax on his bollocks.
We mentioned that, yes. But thanks for
And
giving us
flog,
that again.
pinch and clamp his... Oh my God. With the and ball torture, as it's known, the art of being humiliated is often what it's all about. We had to negotiate hard on him allowing me to stick vegetables up his bum.
Right. I take it we're not talking radishes.
Well, he said no to a cucumber due to its length, but agreed to a banana as it's smaller.
He has got his limits.
And the final quote is, it's quite romantic actually, because it's all sex, and then the last little bit is very romantic. I really have the best marriage. I get to knee my husband in the balls, then order him to make me dinner. That's lovely. That is lovely.
Is it not a bit abusive?
That is lovely. A mum was shocked to discover the face of Jesus in a supermarket potato. Nikki Halkerston, 44, was unloading her weekly shop when she spotted the face of Christ in a pack of £1.15 Aldi Spuds. Receptionist Nikki of Dundee said, as soon as I put the packet on the kitchen top, I saw it. It was obvious it was Jesus' face. It was just looking at me.
Where else would he be?
I've seen stories about people finding Jesus in their food, but I can never usually see it. This was just so obviously him. I called my husband into the kitchen. He's usually really sceptical about these sort of things. He never gets overexcited about anything. But even he said it looked like Jesus. She added, I've eaten it now.
She ate Jesus?
I bet he's delicious.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I bet he's delicious.
Shouldn't he be in a museum? You can't be eating our Lord and Saviour. Unless it's under supervision of a priest. I know they're encouraging that, aren't they?
Feeling it. Feeling it.
What are you feeling?
I really want to take my top off, but TOS.
No nips.
No nips
You could
allowed.
tape them, but that tape has to come off at some point. And that could...
I'm so hot. But I haven't got a temperature.
No, it is just hot. I wish it'd make its mind up. That's what you have to say, isn't it, about the weather when it's cold one day and hot the next.
What are we going to do? If I were when there's technical issues, I like to I let them percolate in the back of my head, and I will wake up at 4:00 this morning and go, "That's how you do it." I can't. I'm not one of those problem solvers that can just do it, and then just get it. And I've got to stop thinking about it at the frontal vortex of my brain and let it go to the rear cortex.
Well, listen, why don't you just let the perverts back in now my microphone's sorted?
Because it becomes a bit of a car crash.
One at a time.
I don't think we've got anyone waiting to come in.
Well, tell them, then they'll come. There we go.
What's going on there?
It's all very quiet, but it seems to be connecting to audio from where I...
Hey, Billy!
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Billy McCurdy.
How you doing, guys?
It's nice to hear your voice. I've seen you on Twitter, but I didn't know how you'd sound.
Just as I am. I spoke to you on.
Can you turn off the Twitch feed? I think you got Twitch playing as well. There's an echo.
Oh, turn it down, Karen. Turn it down.
Turn it down, Karen. Turn it down, Karen. Go on, Karen.
Hello. Can you hear me?
There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you, Billy.
I actually spoke to you on Brexit night, and I got through straight to air, and I was rather excitable, and it was over in about 2 minutes. And
story of my life.
Yes. We spoke about buses. I'm a bus driver, if you remember.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah. Arthur Seat. Does a bus go to Arthur Seat? Remember that conversation?
I do not remember that conversation. I apologise.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Car. Calf, you mentioned that. Anyway, the reason I wanted to call in tonight was a couple of things. I've got a Zoom meeting on Monday, and this is hello, who are you?
Don't worry about him. Hello, who are you?
I've got a Zoom meeting on Monday, and this is the first time I've used Zoom, so I thought I would practice.
Oh, you're using us to practice?
Yes.
Oh, yes. God. Well, I'm using you to practice.
And another thing is my birthday today, so I thought it'd be a good time to get in touch with you. Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
A happy birthday. How old are you?
I'm 55. My twin sister, that makes us 110. So
beautiful.
You do the math. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. And just haven't seen her because she was working, and I've spent time with my family, Karen and the girls, my daughters. So it's been a wonderful day. It's been really good, and topped up nicely by listening to you guys tonight. So thank you.
Don't expect too much. Oh no.
What?
Oh Jesus.
Aye, Karen says you have to go to your bed, Ian. You're too tired.
I am too tired. I cancelled my Zoom Pro, so we've only got 40 minutes. So we've got 10 minutes left, guys, of this. and then the Zoom meeting closes.
Well, it's been nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop in and say hello.
Thank you,
the first
Billy.
time, and it's hopefully not the last time. I'll call in again some other time, but nice to speak to you guys. And I've been a fan of the show for over a year, and about a year and a half now. Absolutely love it. So carry on.
Thank you, Billy.
Thanks, Billy.
Okay.
Bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen.
Bye. Good night, guys.
Karen.
See you
I like
later.
Karen. She's spot on. Who's this gentleman here?
There you go.
Oh, we
There
can
you go.
still hear him.
There you go. Turn it up now. You're one. You're one. Did you switch it off?
No, you've left it on.
There's stuff getting you on Zoom.
I think we're still on here. I was still on.
You are, you daft bugger.
Right, as I say, I'm just practicing with this.
Learn how to hang up before your meeting.
I better go back on to Zoom and hang up. I don't know how to do that, so here we go. Right, okay, how do I hang up?
Go to the bottom right-hand corner where it says end or something.
Leave, it says, with a red button.
Right, okay. No, I'm going to have to shut the phone down.
Okay, he's gone. He's gone.
He's just thrown the phone out the window.
Hello, caller, iPhone. Who's iPhone?
Me.
Hello,
you. Hello.
Hello, you. How you doing,
Hello.
man?
I'm all right. How you feeling, Ian?
I'm all right. It's just a cold, but I'm all right.
Yeah. How you, Catherine? You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. What's going on in your world?
Nothing much. I just wondered what was happening. Thought I would try and join, but I was waiting a while to get in there.
Well, we like to build up the excitement, and it gets really high octane when you're in.
Did I miss much? No.
Nothing.
No, well, it's nice to be here anyway. It's nice to be here.
Are you Beastie Boy?
Yeah.
Aha!
Aha, it's me. Yeah, did you know?
I will not reveal my sources, but I've just seen evidence.
Oh, right.
Did you get timed out in the chat the other day?
I did, yeah. Was that you? Was it Mod?
I timed you out. Was it
you?
Were you telling me to get a COVID test?
I asked if your temperature changed. Would you change your mind if you thought you'd
You were that prick.
That was that guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Of course I would. Katie, we can't switch to Skype, right? We can't switch to Skype because how can we have multiple people on Skype? This is honestly, trust me, everyone. I have thought about this.
It's the only way, guys.
Jesus. I'm gonna ban everyone in the chat tonight. Everyone.
Bibbingtons.
I've done it. I can mute, but I can't unmute.
Right.
I can mute, but I can't unmute. But I did go for my COVID test today. It took a while to get the test book because it was all booked up and all of the home ones were booked up. But then I just kept checking. Apparently they released them on the hour. And I got one in Windsor, which is about an hour away from me. So I went there. And it was very weird. I had to do it myself. I thought that there would be someone where they do it through the window. You just drive through this car park with your windows closed and they kind of shout instructions at you. And then you go, have you tried Yahoo Messenger? And then I'm very quiet. Am I quiet? Am I quiet? Just Matty answer. Am I quiet? Because if I am not, Derek Muswell is getting timed out. Matty, am I quiet? Am I very quiet? Am I very quiet? That's what is being said there. You are very quiet. Derek Muswell can hardly hear me.
Well, you were, but it's fine now to me anyway.
Is it okay now? Anyway. Right, can we time out Barbara Grass, please, for just saying no? And can we time out Maparos for saying yeah? You cannot time those people out, please, because you can't just go yes or no in the chat. Okay? Now I'm too loud. Fuck. Right, now time Malcolm out. Time Electric Will out. And now, oh, Jesus, I swear to God, I'm going to go to bed in a minute. Now I'm too loud. What can we do for you, Billy, Birdie, McRae? What can we do for you?
You talking about Bestie Boy?
Bestie Boy, yes.
Nothing. How was the test? I heard it can be quite uncomfortable, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
You had to do it to yourself, didn't you? And
So it was in a car
both at the
park.
same hole.
It was in a car park, and you drive up to someone, and I'd said, I booked for 12, but I'm a bit early. Not a problem, drive through. Go up to another thing. They knock on the window and ask you to lower it a little bit, and they throw in a grey plastic bag into your car, and then they tell you to move forward. A guy tells you to park. Windows up. Guy knocks on the window and says, right, what you need to do is you need to follow the instructions inside that pack. If you have any problems, put your hazard lights on, and someone will come over and help you. It's like, okay. So that was when I realised I was doing it. So then you open it, and there's a swab, there's a little vial, and there's some instructions. And I forgot to bring my gel with me, so I had to put my hazard lights on and said, I'm sorry, I haven't got any gel or gloves. So they gave me some gloves. Get the swab out, and you have to swab the back of your throat, your tonsils, for 10 seconds. And for anyone wondering, this is what it sounds like. That's what it sounded like, swabbing the back of my throat for 10 seconds. Then you have the same end. It's like a giant cotton bud. You have to push it as far up your nose as you can, and then a little bit further. 15 seconds, like that. And it just made me sneeze. So I'm just sneezing. It's quite painful. It's unpleasant. And so now I'm just sneezing. Doing that. And then, for some reason, during the bit of the nose, there was a guy came and stood by my car and started masturbating. No, started watching. And that made me uncomfortable. And then you snap
because of the noises.
You snap the thing. You put it in the bottle, screw it up, you put it in the envelope. He then says, "Is everything okay?" And then you drive on to another bit, and I don't know if this happens to everyone, right? This might not happen to everyone. But I then drove up to the bit, and a guy knocked on the window and went, "All right, Iain, I'm a big fan. I follow you on Twitter. I saw that you were going to be going for a test today. I wondered if it would be mine. What are the chances? I'm a big fan." And I went, "Right, okay." And then you have to put... Then a woman comes and stands about 2 foot away from the car. You wind the window down and you sort of lob your bag into a box that she's holding. I made the joke, "Can I get a Big Mac and fries?" And then you drive off, and that's it. It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant and uncomfortable, but that's it. And I don't think I've got it. I think it is a cold. But my ex-wife, is a reporter for the BBC, and I told her what I was doing, and she told her boss, who told her to go home because I'd seen her on Sunday. I'd been in contact with her on Sunday, so she had to go home. She phoned up the school to see what the school procedure was. Do we take the boys out? They said, "No, you don't have to, but call 111 and see what their advice is." So she called 111, and of course they didn't have a clue. So, but she has taken the boys out of school until I get the results back. My youngest apparently was in tears, worried about me. So it's been quite a stressful old day. But I should find out tomorrow or the day after. And I won't have it, and I'll be disappointed. Isn't that weird? That's how my nuts mind is. I'll be gutted that I don't have it. When actually, of course, it's great that I don't have it. But I do feel a bit queer. You know, I do feel a little bit peculiar.
Mm.
You all right, Alistair?
Yes, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I've deleted golf rival.
Good.
Phone.
Good.
It was very good to do. Yeah.
I saw you discussing with Roger online.
Yeah.
Hi, mate. That's a ban. That's a ban. That's a ban. That's a ban. All right, love. That's a ban. That's a ban. I had Zoom Pro. I cancelled it yesterday. I thought I'm never going to need it. Should we get Zoom Pro again? You get... I don't know. Right, let me get Zoom Pro again, because I had it and then I cancelled it. Just to let you know, language like all right, love, and all of that, and we don't like that here. That's not appropriate here. Right, let me get Zoom Pro. Let me do this, and then we'll. Well, I might be using it for more than 40 minutes regularly. It's only a tenner. I can't remember how you get it. Video. Upgrade to Pro. Here we go. Hello, Bless. Come in. It's coming, Kath. I'm going to get Zoom Pro. Let's get Zoom Pro. We'll do some show tonight. So we should. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. You can all pile in. Had a guest calling me little girl. Who was that? Oh, at work. This might make top 3 shows. You're joking. You're joking. Right, so let's invite. Email. Here we go. Come and have it, guys. Top 50. Nice one, Boring. Thank you. That's my best mate. That is my best mate. That's my best mate there.
Hooray!
She's my best mate. And I'm going to stick this right up her Watusi.
You are not. Oh, I'm going to get a...
High five. Kat's trained her. Look at her cat's wonky finger. Look at Catherine's wonky finger. Her little finger she can't straighten.
Hang on. What are you talking about? It's perfect.
Show them how you can high five your cat.
All right, do you want to see it? Let's just move them up there. She's here waiting. Come in then.
Meanwhile, George is asleep on your chair. If anyone is interested.
It's an outrage.
There's George.
Hang on, here she is. Hang on.
Cats are the best, man. Cats are the best.
I've got all my art stuff there. It's a right old tip.
You can join without video, of course you can. Hello, Willow.
High
She's
five.
so beautiful. Yes, mate. Do it again.
She'll do this all night. Hang on. High five. Good girl.
Can we time out Ebomit, please, for 6 minutes for saying cats are dicks?
I mean, she is a bit of a dick, to be honest. Let's see if we
Okay,
can
don't
just-
do that timeout then. Don't do that timeout then.
High five, high five. Good girl.
That's amazing, right? Hang on, let me make you full screen. Go on.
Ready? Okay, hang on. Let me get it bigger. Ready? High five. Good girl. Can't train cats, apparently. High five. Good girl. There's not. Here we go. High up, high up, high up. Good girl. Again. High five. Good girl. I think she's right-handed. I wonder if I should do it with the other hand. High five. Yeah, always that one. Again, again, again. There's one. High five. Good girl. She's a good girl. There's only 2 left. Watch her.
Zikyle!
As soon as she's had them, she'll
Buggers off.
Yes. The fun is over. One more.
Ebomit takes it back.
Thank you very much. That was
Good.
fun. There we go. Good girl. She's a good girl.
She's a beauty.
No more. I'm afraid it's all gone. All gone. She's trying both. Sorry, mate. They're gone. Right, now. Go away. Mummy's got to work.
Speaking of work. Hang on a second. My computer's being very, very slow today. It's time to talk about our sponsors. This show would not be happening tonight if it were not for the following 4 companies. So indulge us for 2 minutes while I say hello to 34sp.com. If you're looking for web hosting or a domain name, go and have a look at 34sp.com. Partly because they're brilliant, partly because they have a code, TLNA, that if you use it, you get 3 months absolutely free. And what I do with Audible is I get my free books and then I cancel it. You can do the same here. I didn't say that. 34sp.com. They're British. They're a much smaller organisation than a lot of the others. And one of the things one of the Stuart who we were speaking to there said, we do a lot of free hosting for charities. And here's the link. It's like, okay, well, let's go and look at these 5 companies. And it's not, I think it's something like 600 companies, charities that they've got. So if you have got a charity, there are a few criteria you have to meet. A few criteria that you have to meet. They give away 10% of their hosting capacity, basically, to charities. So if you are a registered UK charity, go to 34sp.com/charity-hosting. 34sp.com/charity-hosting. Have a look in there and see if you fit the criteria, and maybe they'll give you free hosting as well. 34sp.com, one of our sponsors. Catherine, you pick one of our sponsors to talk about players.
Oh, Richard Gregorian, right? Richard Gregorian. He's probably hearing, he can't get enough of this show. And thankfully that is the case, because he's been one of our biggest supporters for a long time now. And so he jumped at the chance of becoming one of our sponsors. Here's the thing about Richard Gregorian. He's part of Gregorian Emerson Family Law, and they have been practicing family law for mums and dads for a number of years. And they think they can probably help you out too. If you're going through it at the moment, you'll know that it's dramatic. It can be dramatic. It's emotional. It's really hard. And they try and make it as smooth as possible. They don't get involved in the he said and she said. They try to make it so that you and your family can come out of it with some sort of resolution and a different way of approaching things that may mean that in future, you know, you're a family still, you're in different houses, but you get on a lot better. So it's not going to be like flipping Kramer versus Kramer, basically. That's Gregorian Emerson Family Law.
Also, he's been emailing us tonight about, he's still got his eye on the whole Jerry situation. Poseidon Safety Management, Devon and Cornwall is a whole lot safer. I don't think the internet is, though, because I've seen Nick at Poseidon Safe on Twitter arguing with Richard Gregorian on Twitter. This is kicking off.
But don't argue with Gregorian.
Well, don't argue also with someone that's got a big dog.
This is true.
So it's, I think he's offered £500 to charity if Richard gets mauled to death by a dog. I don't quite know how that works. But Cornwall and Devon are safer tonight as a direct result of Poseidon's Safety Management. They are Cornwall's only authorized installer of Radar Vision, which is like a security system that doesn't need power, doesn't need internet, anything like that. All the patrols are done by local people, and Poseidon are passionate about making a difference in the area. Nick, when we had to take a couple of days off last week, and we emailed all of our advertisers, everyone, really sorry, you can either walk away and we'll give you the money back, or we'll give you an extra week. And they all said, no, of course we'll stick around. And Nick sent a very kind email saying, I don't know if you read it, Catherine, saying about how the show had helped him. That's all I'm going to say, because it was a private email. And it was, but we know Nick a little bit, so it wasn't a surprise to read quite a sensitive email. But if you think of security companies, you think of, and they genuinely want to make things better in Devon and Cornwall. So that's Poseidon Safety Management. Follow them on Twitter at Poseidon Safe, because I think they're probably going to get kicked off very, very soon. Catherine, last one to you.
It's got to be
Sommers. The Sommers boys,
management.
James and Mark.
They're so good at waste management. They didn't even notice that they were apparently, along with me, in the middle of an earthquake this morning. They were too busy doing their very best for their customers, with the help of Bob the cat, of course, taking a temperature. So here's the thing. Sommers Waste Solutions, based in Bedfordshire, family business. But they serve the whole country. They can help you out with your business, whether it is big or small. If you've got to bin something, they are the ones to talk to. A lot of big companies in particular, factories, big business, will have different kinds of contracts with different companies to get rid of different bits of waste. So your confidential waste, toxic waste, clinical waste, industrial waste, all that sort of stuff. They're your one-stop shop. So have a conversation with them about it, and they reckon they can save you money, and they can also improve your green credentials. There you go. That's Sommers Waste Solution.
Did you see the clip that? And thank you to all our sponsors. We couldn't do this show without them. Did you see the clip? So we were watching The Big Shop yesterday about Trago Mills from 20 years ago.
That reminds me. I wonder if he got back to me.
Well, did you see the clip that someone posted of him?
No.
Oh, it was flipping good. What was his name? Terry?
Terry, yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Now,
Jamal
you'll have to...
or something.
You'll have to... Someone posted a clip. Here we go. So I'm going to play it, right? You'll have to watch it on... you're going to watch it on a slight delay on Twitch, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I do screen share on here. Hang on. Is it here? How do I do screen share? Can't remember. Is it video settings? Share screen?
Here we go.
Sorry?
Here we go. I'm getting excited.
Well, I don't know. Hang on. I still don't quite know how to do it. What button do I press to make it go to screen share? The green button, that one. Nope. Oh, share screen. It's right there. So I'm going to share that. So you're going to see... Can you see that? Be brilliant. Watch this. So that is him there in the silver, right? Yeah. He's the guy from The Big Shop. I love him so much. We'll jump forward a bit. This guy here. I'm so glad he got the job.
So am I.
I'm so glad. Here we go. So 110. So let's go up to 1 minute. Here we go. We're watching this guy here. What you're about to see is insane.
Terry there doing to himself what that woman's been doing to her Dutch husband in Glasgow.
Stop share. There we go.
I've got an uncle that dances like a bit like that. His kids say he's got electric legs.
He's doing that in front of kids, though.
No.
Doesn't feel right, does it? Doesn't seem right. He does. He looks younger and slimmer than he did 20 years ago. He looks a lot younger. It's the hair, I think. It's the hair. You know, when we're younger, we try and look older. When we're older, a lot of us are desperate to look a little bit younger, I think. Should we bring someone into the chat?
Why not?
So if you just loiter, we'll bring you in.
Hey.
It's the big guy.
What you doing? Fishing?
No, just collecting fruit.
What you got? Because I'm desperate for peaches, and all I've got cherries, apples, and oranges. But no
I've got
peaches.
everything.
We need to talk.
Yeah. Say no more.
I'm going to go and get some water, guys. You carry on.
Seriously though, every time I go on Dodo Airlines, I set foot out the plane, look out, and go, oh, it's apples again. It's apples again. Bamboo I've had. I got slightly excited when I first saw the bamboo. Now I'm over it. But yeah, no, never a peach.
I've got Roger to thank for all of my fruit, actually.
Oh, really? Roger's the
I
man,
paid
is
him
he?
a visit. He had everything. He sorted me out. I got some kitchen stuff from him as well. It was amazing.
Ooh, he's the man
Wonderful.
from Del Monte.
Oh, yes. he said yes. Yes.
How you doing, Paul?
I've had a mixed day, but it's been mostly magnificent. The wife and I, we just come back from seeing New Mutants and Tenet.
Right. So I haven't seen either. I've heard a little bit about Tenet, enough that you can't give too much. Well,
Magnificent.
apparently so. Apparently,
Magnificent.
It will benefit from another viewing.
Absolutely, I'd say at least one more viewing.
Yeah.
But I think the man's a genius. Mr. Nolan is an absolute genius. I loved Inception. It's one of my favorite movies. Interstellar, I thought rocked to heaven and back, but this has taken it to a whole new level.
You seen Tenet, Ian? He's not got his headphones on.
Is he there?
Yes, he's there. Hang on.
Oh, it's weird because you're there and then you're there, but slightly delayed, and you're delayed there, but not here.
You've seen Tenet, Ian?
I can't. We'll have to discuss it in private. Did you enjoy it?
You did.
I did very much.
He can answer for himself, Catherine.
I know, that's why I did it quietly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that Catherine was a little bit racist there, Paul.
What?
It's made me feel like it's left a sour taste in my mouth. See, my mouth feels worse than it did after the COVID test because of Catherine's.
I don't know why I did that. I think it's because I'd been talking to him and then you came in and you couldn't hear anything.
You got, what do they call it? What do they call it when they used to phone us up? You got white guilt. Do you remember we had a call about my white guilt?
Everything else.
It's the more I think about it, the more I really like it, and I want to see it again.
Yeah.
But oh no, I can't even say. Can I text you something, Paul? Can I text you? Can I text you something? Hang on.
How are you going to do that?
Hang on. Whenever you see someone in a mask in a time travel movie, you know what's going to happen. I've WhatsApped you.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would they be? Who wears a mask? Kath, do you want to know? Do you want to know what we said?
Yeah.
You just know. You just as a connoisseur, sir.
This puts this whole COVID mask wearing protocol into a whole new light.
Yeah. 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 connoisseurs of movies like this will understand The Mask. That's all I'm saying.
In it. I don't need to see
They
it
are
now.
amongst us.
They are amongst us. You were one of the first people. You were the first person that I knew that had a COVID test, because they came round to your house in the early days, didn't they?
It was like the
They
end
did.
of ET, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly so. And I felt the thingy in my throat for days. It's horrible.
See, I'm worried that I've done it wrong. It's not an inside joke, Dawson. It's not an inside joke. It's just that we're not sharing a spoiler for the movie. I can share it if you want, Dawson, or I can time you out. Which would you prefer? Because one of those things is going to happen. Would you like me to share the spoiler or time you out? Which one would you like, Dawson? Because one of those things is going to happen right now. So which one is it going to be? Let's just wait for Dawson to get back.
Paul, this isn't like you to be stirring it.
Either all. I think you mean either or. I'm easy. Okay, you get time out then.
Better option, I think.
Either all. I'm watching this series, Paul. Can't remember what I was going to say then. So, I'm watching this series that's kind of, it's okay. It's not great, but I'm enjoying it. It's beautiful, and it might be about to get silly. Called Forever, and it stars Rippy Minniton, Minnie Riperton's daughter,
Maya Rudolph.
and Fred Armisen, and they're a couple and they die.
Wow.
And then there was series 1, episode 6, and they're not even in it. And it's about... Oh, I was in floods of tears, Paul. It's about these estate agents, right? They're absolutely relevant to the series, right?
Okay.
And they meet at like a house sale, and they've obviously got a connection. And then she goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm engaged. I'm really sorry. I'm sending out the vibes, and I'm engaged." He's like, "Whoa, hey, that's cool. That's fine. I'm really pleased for you. That's great. Ah, well, never mind." 2 years later, she rocks up at a house sale. They're both married now, individually. And she goes, they just start talking about how their lives are okay, but they can't stop thinking about each other.
Oh.
And they're both saying, wow, yeah, okay, yeah. So they kiss. Jumps forward a couple of years, and it looks like they're together because he comes home and she's cooking dinner and they kiss and stuff. But then it turns out they're just in another house that's for sale, and when they get a chance, they meet up in these empty houses.
What a playhouse.
Yeah. And they have dinner, and she says, maybe we should tell our partners. Maybe we should tell our partners, because I'm meant to be with you. Right? This is beautiful. I was in floods of tears. And he goes, okay, can we do it in 3 weeks? She goes, why? She goes, well, it's such and such's birthday, and I don't want it to be the birthday where her dad's walked out. And she goes, well, if we do it in 3 weeks, we can't do it in 3 weeks because my parents are over, so it will have to be like 4 months and stuff. And then end up agreeing they're going to go and do it tonight. They're going to tell their partners tonight, right? And then it cuts, and then you see this old guy walking into the first house that they met. And he goes up to this young woman and goes, I'm here to see Susan. And you get quite quickly, this old guy is the young guy. It's like 40 years later. And the woman goes, oh, I'm really sorry, Susan died a few weeks ago.
Oh my God.
And I'm there and I'm gone, man. And he goes, okay, thanks for telling me. Okay. Do you mind if I just have a little look around the house? Yeah, of course you can. And then he sits on the stairs and goes, oh my God, Susan, we missed our chance. And then it pulls back, and Minnie Riperton's daughter is there watching as a ghost, and she realises that in the afterlife she needs to seize every opportunity she can. It was so beautiful. I was in floods of tears. I was feeling, sorry for myself because I've got a cold, as you do. And I was in floods of tears, and It's just, why am I saying this? It's just the most beautiful series. It's so beautiful, and not a lot happens in it. But I cannot stop watching it. I cannot stop watching it. It's wonderful. I've spoiled episode 6 of Forever, but I don't think anyone's going to watch it. I don't know anyone that's seen it. It's this obscure little
What's it on?
thing. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Imagine something good on Amazon Prime. I mean, all their stuff is great.
Thanks, Jeff.
I shall seek it out. Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's hot. Well, not a lot happens in it, and there's a great. Yeah, there's a kid there who died in the 70s, and then he says to Fred Armisen, I've seen this girl I fancy. She's really hot. Right, this is sort of like heaven. We're not sure if it's heaven or not. He's like, oh, that's great. Okay, well, let's go and meet her. And you see this group of 3 females. And he goes, Fred goes, well, is it that hot young girl there? He goes, no, it's the woman. And there's a woman in her 50s, right? Like, you know, a normal sized and shaped woman in her late 50s. He goes, whoa, that's odd. I wasn't expecting, I would have thought you'd pick someone your own age. And he goes, no. She was in the year above me at school, and she was the hottest thing going. So they have a date. Oh, it's so lovely. I really recommend Forever. Yeah, maybe we'll do a Forever watch party. Maybe we'll do that because it's just beautiful, you know. And there's no great. It's not hilarious. It's just beautiful and gentle, and there's not enough stuff like that.
Yeah.
Around at the moment, I think. I don't know why it popped into my head then, but
my wife is coming up the stairs, and
she doesn't know that you're seeing another your stream.
No, it's not that. Iain and Kath.
Not what it looks like. It totally is.
Kath, get your boobs out. I'll get my willy out, and we'll keep talking, Paul. I'm nearly there. Oh, I forgot. She's on the perpendicular. I forgot.
Yes.
Not sorted that out yet. All right. Well, shall we say good evening to you?
I think we should, but just before you leave, just something shocking that I found out today about my good lady. Is,
what?
She's never seen Bill and Ted.
Oh,
I don't.
That is bogus.
I don't think that many people did actually. I remember the first one being a flop. I'm sure it was a flop.
I love that film. It's a rare one that still, I think, stands up. You watch some things from that time, and there are some, you know,
I didn't even know what was that.
Yeah.
slurs thrown out that don't stand these days. But I don't think there are any in Bill and Ted, are there?
It's well, no, I don't think so. No. I mean, we can't 69 anymore because of COVID.
No.
So
that's out the window.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, I need to go because she's about to get on the bed, and I'm not going to show that.
Yay! Yeah.
Make sure you turn that camera off.
All right. This is beautiful. This is happening.
I love her.
69.
Oh, Bill and Ted. But I don't understand, right? I've seen clips of the new Bill and Ted. Why have they made Keanu's hair like unfeasibly dark?
It is the darkest thing in the universe. I'm a little bit worried about the new Bill and Ted.
Why? In case it's rubbish.
Bill and Ted is pretty dubious. Lots of effing involved. What? Should we see who else wants to come in?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, they call each other fags a few times.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. I invited someone in. They seem to have disappeared, so let's try someone else. Simon Hannon is joining.
Oh, good. I wondered what would happen to that guy.
Oh, It's the artist.
Yes, it is.
He even smokes a cigarette like an artist. Now, who's this no-no? Hello, Simon. Would you like to say something? Nope, he's gone. Bottled it. Okay.
I don't think that was a bottle. I think that was a technical difficulty.
No.
Isn't that a hair removal device?
Nope, they're taking too long. Here's the link for the meeting. If you want to go into the waiting room, the nurse will see you shortly.
That Ouija board looks very effective.
It's
on
good, isn't
screen. I hadn't
it? It's
noticed
good.
before.
Yeah.
Ah.
Alistair is back. We lost Alistair.
Here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Alistair.
back. Welcome back.
I'm just going to turn the TV sound off so there's no confusion at all.
Well, it might help.
Oh, yeah. Lovely to see you both. Catherine, your mug's arrived, but I wasn't in.
Uh-oh.
Ironically, I was out buying a thermos flask, and the post office have got it.
Okay. Well, you make sure they don't nick it.
Yeah. Ian, our conversation before the end of the last scene.
Yeah.
So I watched that video that Roger found that bloke does about the whole thing about games like that and what they do.
Phone game. We talked, for those who missed it, yesterday we talked about those games on phones where you have to keep buying your way through them, and how I believe they are as addictive as crack, in that they fire off the same kind of neurotransmitters and they take you to a thing and then you're chasing a buzz. Yes, Alistair.
Yeah, and it was absolutely perfect for me, watching that stuff, because he just went through it all and it all made absolute sense. And of course, as a man who already knows about addiction, I was kind of knew that I was, like you suggested last night, that I knew I was falling into a bit of a hole there. So I thought, no, I've just got to stop playing this damn game, because I didn't spend any money on it today. I just deleted it.
Well done. Well done. What do you think? And I don't say this to belittle you. I say this from my experience. What do you think the next thing's going to be for you?
Well,
because here's the thing I discovered when I got clean from drugs and alcohol. Loads of it's like they describe it as playing whack-a-mole. You whack one down, then something else pops up. And I have been in my time addicted to drugs, kind of addicted to booze, but booze was never really a problem because I preferred drugs, and once I stopped taking drugs, I knew I couldn't drink. Cigarettes, sex, porn, sex chat lines, shopping, shopping online, eBay, food, masturbation, just like buying stuff and then hiding it in the boot of my car, playing video games. Those are the main ones.
Yeah.
So I've been, pretty much, it just, some of them go together, some of them are separate, some of them you think you're free from everything, and then you realise you're doing something that you don't really want to do, but you can't stop. I just wondered if you knew what the next one, if it was already in sight.
Yeah, I mean, for a start off, a lot of those, I'd say, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, during lockdown, I've been, not just that game, but I've been spending too much money online again but buying things, and they arrive to the house and they sit in the package like for weeks.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to open straight away is Catherine's mum.
Catherine, describe what my boot used to look like when we were working in London.
It was full of Amazon packages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Amazon and eBay packages from around the world, unopened. And here's the thing, Alistair. I thought I was the only one. Of course, we're never the only one with whatever we do. Unfortunately, or good news, whatever, we're never the only one. And the moment I got identification that was a problem was when I read Chris Difford from The Squeeze, his autobiography. He's, in AA. And he talked about having a car boot full of unopened packages that he was hiding from his wife. It was the first time I had ever heard anybody share that. And it made me go, Jesus, I'm not alone. Other people do it. This is partly why I talk about all of this stuff, right? And some of it sounds a little bit freaky and a little bit fringy and a bit weird. But Chris Difford sharing that thing about having packages that he'd bought and stored in the boot of his car so he didn't have to show his wife. That was such a niche one that I thought, I'm going to share everything because someone is going to identify with something that I do.
Also, I think from me knowing you and knowing that that's the way that you operate now, is by shedding light on it, it takes the shame out. The shame is the thing that continues the cycle, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
So you feel crappy about it. You can't tell anyone about it. It gets wedged further and further down. You end up with a boot even fuller, and so it continues.
Yeah. I mean,
by the way, go on.
Lisa, that's interesting because I did do that a little bit with. I'm on step 8 and 9 here. The stuff about all the bad things you did in the past to others. And hurt you, of course. Well, one thing that I'm most ashamed about, amongst many things, is when I was drunk in pubs or clubs. I was a handful of times, but a handful of times too many. I was very handsy with women.
Right.
And it's something which I had to share in a meeting because the guilt was still there, about it. And in talking about it, as it happened there was only me and two women in this meeting because it was a Zoom meeting, no one came afterwards. And I just felt after I'd shared it, it was actually quite a little bit of a relief that I'd done that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's something which this whole thing, I'm sure you'll know it, the AA program is so wonderful. And I'm so glad that you kind of put me onto it, really.
Well, we nudged you. We showed it. We showed you the options, and you eventually chose the one that's working for you. You're an inspiration. I was supposed to go and do my step 5 tomorrow, but until I get these test results, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But I want to get on with it. Steps 8 and 9. We made a list of people we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them. And we made amends to those we had harmed, except when to do so would harm ourselves. Jesus, that was the thing that stopped me going into recovery for a long time. All I knew was there was a thing where you had to go and say sorry to everybody that you had upset. That's what I knew. You had to go and say sorry to everyone you had upset. I thought, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I could never say sorry. And of course, it isn't that. You haven't got to approach all of those people that you might have touched inappropriately. You haven't got to... He says, step 8, we became willing to make amends. So, okay, here are the people that I wronged. Here's what I did. I am willing. Step 9, we made amends to those people, except when to do so would harm them or others, and others includes us. So, if you approaching someone you harmed would be detrimental to their health, their mental or physical health, well, then you don't do it. You don't do it because then it becomes a selfish gesture. And also, if it would put you in danger of getting the shit kicked out of you or sinking into your mental health, then you don't have to do it. You make either direct amends where you go up to someone and say, Alistair, I'm really sorry that I stole that £500 from you and I'd really like to pay it back and maybe I could do £100 a month. Or you make indirect amends, as you know, I'm just saying this for the people that don't know, where, indirect amends for what you've just said. Who knows? Maybe that's giving money to a charity for abused women, or maybe it's reading some books, some literature about why that's such a terrible thing. That's an amends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is then helping. You are then creating something more positive in the world.
Yeah.
The steps are fucking amazing, man. They're amazing. They're terrifying when you walk in and you see them on that big sheet hanging on the wall. All that God stuff as well I would like to change, but that's by the by. But they're amazing. Everyone should do the steps. It just brings such clarity. The steps are basically, have I been a dick? Yes. How do I stop being a dick? And do I need to go and say sorry for being a dick? That's it. And can I, if I see others being dicks, can I help them? That's all it is. Don't be a dick. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's strong, powerful stuff, and I mean, and at the end of all that, I always say, and this is great because at the moment I am getting like little fleeting moments of serenity, and of course I say that. I mean, I rang a guy the other night who was struggling. He was part of the group, and he was calling out for some help, so I was able to ring him and talk him down a bit and help him out. And that's why I'm so humble to be able to do that, when in the past I've been, well, a dick.
You were a dick. You were a dick to me and Catherine, and you have made the amends there. You've said sorry. I mean, you used to do that thing that drunks would do where they'd make a big gesture of saying sorry, and then you're going to do it again, and that's fine. But your amends to us was that phone call in Manchester after you've been sober for a while. Your amends to us is you going to meetings. Your amends to us is this phone call now. This is the amends. You don't have to do an 8 and 9 around us because you're doing it every day that you are sober. That's your amends to me and Catherine, because we get, and we talk about you sometimes, we get so much pleasure from seeing you, this guy that we caught glimpses of when you phoned up and you played Uno with us. We're seeing that guy, right? We're seeing that guy that we always knew was there, but was drowning in a sea of whiskey or beer or whatever it was.
Do you remember the last time you apologised to me, Alistair?
Was it when you were on your own, when you were doing the show on your own?
I think so. All I remember saying to you was this, because you sent me flowers and stuff in the past and, apologised very charmingly, But there'd been a couple of times before that. And I said to you, don't apologise to me, show me.
Yeah.
Show me. Show you.
I remember that, yeah.
And you did it.
But you happened to be, you happened to answer the phone at the studio. Normally you're not, and I was really pleased that you answered. You were absolutely right. So that was great,
Yeah. I'm so thrilled you did. I'm so thrilled you did. And I remember tearing up when you got back in touch with us.
Yeah.
I was so thrilled.
Well, it was wonderful to come to your show in Bath, and wonderful to meet you in the flesh. And so that was something and I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe you guys are not, even if things got really better next year, and then maybe there's a vaccine or whatever, but maybe you guys are probably not going to plan to do more shows again, or do you know?
I don't want to do any more live shows. I think I'm done. But never say never. Everything changes.
Exactly.
But I can see us doing I wouldn't mind doing a game of tag. I'm up for a game of tag with everybody in Hyde Park again. Hello, Pats. I don't. It's so lovely being free of the stress of live shows, and driving 300 miles to split 250 quid and all of that stress. And I'm not up for doing
We had a
it
laugh and everything, but it was no business model, was it?
No. No.
So I wanted to ask you, Ian, are you finding the new sponsor a good chap?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's absolutely brilliant. And I don't know him that well, and that helps, I think. And I've already met up with him, and it's good. It's good. We're gonna crack on with these steps. Get them done. Maybe get them done by Christmas. I don't know, but I'm in no rush.
There is no rush. Life is a long song, as Jethro Tull once sang.
Yeah, oh my God. Alistair, it's lovely to see you.
See ya. Thank you.
Tutty bye. Tutty bye. I have Pats on my desk just here, chasing a fly.
I don't know where Willow's gone. She's probably on the sofa.
Nina says, I'm not sure how he's perceived in this group, but Russell Brand's book, Recovery, is worth a look. Yeah, it's a great book. I like Russell a lot. He's been very helpful to me in my recovery, and it's a great book. And someone said, are there 12-step meetings for... Do the 12 steps help with everything? Yeah, pretty much.
That Russell Brand book I read when you were going through it, and just because I wanted to educate myself as to how best to, you know I can't do it for you, but I can walk alongside you, and we've had that conversation a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I found that book really helpful personally. Everyone's got stuff. Everyone's got something they're not particularly happy with, something that is a compulsion, a way of maybe self-soothing that isn't the best way. Maybe it's a few too many bottles of wine a week, or, without it being something that means that you're getting up and putting on your cornflakes, but it might be something you're not particularly happy with, and you realise that your motives for it aren't the purest. There's nothing wrong with having a look. But I found that book really interesting.
But there are meetings at Narcotics Anonymous.
Oh, you've gone quiet again.
Why?
Don't know.
I haven't gone. Why I have gone quiet? What's happened here? Oh, what have the cats done?
Cats.
Hello. Is if the cats have pressed something on here? Is that better?
Yeah.
Here we go. So Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous are the two big ones, but there's loads of little meetings. There's Cocaine Anonymous, which I didn't like. I went to one meeting and I didn't really like it. It was, it was very speedy. There's Sex Addicts Anonymous, there's Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous, there's Overeaters Anonymous, there's Gamblers Anonymous. I never had a problem with gambling. I've been to casinos a few times, but never had a problem. That to me felt like a real waste of money.
Mm.
Whereas shoving, $2,000 worth of cocaine up my nose over a weekend, well, that was an investment. But gambling, I just thought it was a waste of money. There's pretty much anything you can think of is out there.
I have a friend who went to Gamblers Anonymous, turned his life around. He was on the verge of losing everything. A nasty fact, he'd had a big win. He had a big win. He couldn't tell anyone because he was supposed to be clean. And he bought himself a new car, and he was doing that thing of I told you this story, haven't I?
Yeah, go on.
Parking it around the corner, setting off for work in his old banger, picking up the nice car, swapping it over, driving to work in that.
That's insane. That's insane behaviour.
Yeah, but once you've won that amount of money, how do you hide that from someone you're living with? Because if you confess that you've got that amount of money, she's going to know that you're gambling again, and she said to you, "If you gamble anymore, I'm out of here." So it's a trap, isn't it? It's a trap. Anyway, Russell... she found the brochure for the car when she went looking in his sock drawer. She needed a pair of socks, and it was the best thing that ever happened because that was his that was his rock bottom.
Big fallout. You get a big fallout when you say, I've been doing this. You get a big fallout, and not every relationship survives it, and that's okay. But you need to be exposed, otherwise you carry on.
I read something really interesting in a book I've been reading. It's the book unfairly that's being credited with, Adele losing loads of weight. It's not. It's actually really helpful it's called Untamed by Gannon. I can't remember what her name is. I keep forgetting. But she said something like, if you are worried that by being your true self, you are going to lose a relationship, that relationship should have been ash yesterday.
It ain't the right relationship for you to be in.
Yeah.
You got to get the hell out of that relationship, baby.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yes. What have these cats done to this? Because I'd fix this mixer. Hello. They've trodden on a button. What have they trodden on?
Little swines. Let me find out what that author's called, because she's in, there's so much in there. And I'm not massive on self-help stuff, but I found it really useful.
Big up. It won't let me peek anymore now. Let's see. Hello. What have you done? I really hate... Hello.
Oh, Glennon Doyle. There we go. Glenn and Doyle.
Glenn and Doyle. Big up, big up. Oh, fucking hate this thing.
Look at those babies next to the chair.
Idiots. So is the volume okay on me, dear listener? Dear Matty. Not anyone else, just Matty. And if anyone answers with a yes or a no, they get timed out. Is my volume... Oh, no, it's gone loud again. What happened? There's got to be a loose connection somewhere. There's got to be a loose connection. Should we see who else is waiting?
Yeah.
Thank you, Matty. No idea. I'm just keep hitting the advert button. I've no idea how many ads we've played. I don't know. Did we do... We didn't do the ads for this.
What the hell?
Lisa's in like a sauna.
Well, it's very warm tonight.
She smeared Vaseline over the lens. What are you doing, Lisa?
Give it a wipe.
It's gone loud again. Yeah, I don't know why. Someone give me a nudge when they do the big reveal. Remove the black bit of wood in the centre of the screen and it turns out they're both in the same room. Lino, I'm going to kick your ass. Lisa, what is wrong with your camera? Give it a wipe. Give it a lovely wipe.
Wipe is such a horrible word, isn't it?
Why is wipe a horrible word?
Wipe. Wipe.
Hello, Lisa. How can we help you this evening?
Just thought I'd give this a go because I've never done this before. So.
Let's sort. Here's what I suggest we do. Katherine, are you in a chair where you can kind of sit back and relax? Lisa, can you sit back? Are you in a position where you can sit back? Lisa, get comfortable.
There's a dining chair, but I can do it.
Get comfortable. Here's what we're going to do. Everyone at home, get comfortable. What we're going to do is we're going to sit and relax. Just for a few minutes, right? You can close your eyes if you want. And if anyone feels the urge to speak, then let's invite someone else in. Let's invite someone else into the room. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to chill out. Let's get Johnathan in. Here comes Johnathan. I'm going to put the chat. Here's the link to the Zoom meeting. Oh, Jonathan's got a chair for it. Okay, Johnathan, unmute yourself, boy. We're just going to sit back and relax, Johnathan. Sure. And close your eyes if you want. And if anybody feels an urge, it's got to be a compulsion to speak, then you just say it. And it can be a question, it can be a statement, it can be a feeling, it can be a colour. Anyone feels the compulsion to say something, you say it. Okay? And if no one says anything, I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. Timer. For 5 minutes. Who's clicking?
Me, I'm turning my light off.
Right. We got 5 minutes. If anyone feels the urge to say anything, you say something. If you don't, you don't. We're all good. Where we go. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jonathan.
Cheers.
Okay.
Thank you. That was lovely. Enjoyed that. That 5 minutes went fast.
Are you going to fall asleep?
No. I was very conscious. I'll tell you what I was thinking. I felt bad that my youngest got upset that because he was told I had symptoms, so he got very upset. And then I was asleep. I've been asleep for a lot of the day, and I'd missed a few of his calls where I could have helped put his mind at ease.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I was thinking about that. I thought that wasn't great dadding on my part. And I was thinking I'm really hot. I feel very hot. I've not got a temperature. I keep checking my temperature. I'm boiling. But it's not that kind of on my forehead and my neck. It's not. It's and I was thinking I'm going to have a terrible time sleeping tonight. What were you thinking, if anything?
I think I might need to feed the cat.
Is she hungry?
Well, she's not really eating very much. She didn't eat much yesterday. There was still dinner in her bowl this morning. And I don't think she finished her breakfast till, she didn't finish her breakfast today. So we haven't put any more food out. I was gonna wait, but I might go and feed her now.
Go and feed her. Go on.
And see if it makes any difference. Hang on. Willow.
Anyone else in there? I've posted the link in the. I've posted the link in the.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Matt.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Not bad. Just watching the show, doing a bit of work.
What you doing?
I am making a Martian landscape in a video game making software.
Whoa, that's some. Everyone finds their own jobs quite boring, and a lot of people go, "Oh, that sounds exciting," and I bet actually it's probably not exciting, and it's quite tedious.
It's pretty tedious. It's a new skill that I've picked up. I mainly work in live music, but because the art has fallen out of that, basically.
Yeah.
I'm now working in developing like video games and graphics and stuff. So,
and is this for an independent release? Is this for a big company? What's the deal?
No, this is some tests for someone's making a music video and they want some stuff, and there's a new Unreal, the video game engine. I don't know if you've heard of it. Lots of games are made.
Yeah, of course. Yes, yeah.
Cool. So I'm learning Unreal, and we're going to use this for someone's music video. So yeah. But normally I work in like making videos for like when you go to a gig and they're up on the screens and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but obviously there's no gigs.
There's no gigs, and there's not going to be gigs for ages. Malcolm is over here says during a meditation, you shouldn't be thinking. Mine should go totally blank.
Really?
Well,
Who was
Catherine.
meditating? I thought we were just being quiet.
Firstly, yeah, it wasn't a meditation. Secondly, I can't think of any meditation technique where you're supposed to go totally blank. So you're wrong.
Guru Malcolm.
Jai Guru Dev. So, oh dear, Jesus Christ, that's the COVIDs. I always buy, whenever I get a sore throat, I buy a load of fresh ginger, I boil it up, get fresh lemons, slice them up, put them in there, and then a load of honey. And that is, in fact, I might... Catherine, would you like to talk to Matt while I go and just put I'll be back in a second. I'll just put the hob on to do some of that.
He's going to brew himself up a potion.
How you doing, Kath? You all right?
I'm all right, thanks. It's nice to see you. I missed the beginning of that conversation, so it was a hello. What do you do? Was it?
Yeah, basically, he just said what you're doing right now, and I just said I'm learning a new bit of software. So it's really dull and boring, but you can make cool stuff with it. So.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You said it's a new thing you picked up. What, a new way of earning money, or you mean just that particular?
No, well, I run a graphics company and make motion graphics for concerts.
Right.
And then now, because none of that's happening, we're sort of doing like online festivals and making music videos for people and any.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So So it's basically trying to learn new bits of software to help us do that. So,
Actually, thinking about it, the whole like this and people like Stephen Page that we're watching a lot during lockdown, doing sort of home video.
Home
meetings
video
like this.
coming to home video soon.
No, but like doing concerts from home.
Yeah.
Actually, I can see that there would be call for just something to break it up a little bit, just some little sort of punctuation that you could bring.
there's a couple of people I know who are doing like virtual sets for like
Virtual what? Sorry.
Virtual sets.
Set.
Get your mind out the gutter.
Thank you.
It's too late.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. So when people are doing Zoom meetings, it looks like they're in a newsroom type thing and all that sort of stuff. So that's quite a big market now, apparently.
Can I just say, Leslie White Pop says transcendental meditation blank. Leslie, wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Paddy's now saying, show us your collection of gig passes hanging up.
Oh yeah, let's have a little look at those. And by the way, Lance, I will not be shoving ginger up my bum.
No, that's for horses. That's to G them up.
There's quite a few.
Pick one. Dig in. Pick one at random, and let's see what we've got.
Okay. Well, this was last year. This was the last big tour. This was Wu-Tang Clan, Public Enemy, and De La Soul.
Jesus!
Oh,
wow.
Them. Dizzy Rascal I work with a lot. Stormzy I work with. Who else? What have we got? Oh, that was when I did a gig at Disneyland in Paris. That was really, really cool.
When you say so, what was your job?
Well, I make the videos.
Oh, you said you go in the background. Sorry, you did say that.
So I make the videos, but then I also go and play them live at the gig. So I'm in the middle where the sound guy is.
So tell me about the Disneyland one. What was that?
That was wicked. That was with a pop star called Jax Jones, who's like quite, I don't know, sort of cheesy house music type stuff. But yeah, people like it. It's not my bag, but yeah. So we did a gig outside of what's it called, Tower of Terror? The thing. It's like a huge hotel looking thing where you're in a lift and it drops down. So they had all projections on that. Huge big stage, people like obviously Mickey and Minnie and that sort of stuff jumping around. It was really surreal. It was quite crazy. But yeah, that was really good fun.
So is it true that if you're in a gig and you're stood where the sound guy is that's got to be the best sound in the venue, hasn't it?
The sweetest spot. Yeah.
The sweet spot. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Tati says, Matt, when you're doing your job, do you find yourself collaborating more with the artists or more with their production team?
It depends who you work with. Some people are really hands-on and you work with them and it's loads and loads of input. Other people, you don't even see them until the show. But most of the artists I work with, I work quite closely with them.
I would imagine, and don't reveal any secrets that you feel are inappropriate to reveal. I would like to think that Stormzy's quite hands-on with the whole look.
Yeah. He knows what he likes and stuff, and he's got a wicked team behind him as well. Everyone who works with him, they're all going in the same direction. A lot of the times, it's the artist does stuff, and people think that they know best for them because they've done this and that and the other. But with him, it's very much he leads, and everyone else goes along because he's got a good vision. So, yeah.
I'm sorry to do this. I have to do this. Leslie White says, I studied TM in 1976 in Liverpool. I was very young. That was my understanding of it. Ask Mike McGeer. He was there. I think he does it still. You're not supposed to think of nothing, Leslie. Go back to the basic. Go back to the basic lesson of your induction. And what did they teach you? I'm not going to tell you the answer, but in your basic induction, what did they teach you? Think about it. It's not nothing. Sorry, Matt.
This is why I've never been able to meditate, because I always thought you're supposed to clear your mind, and I can't clear my mind, so I've never been able to meditate.
It's impossible to clear the mind.
So
it's impossible to clear the mind. There's loads of I've got a great app, Insight Timer, that's got loads of different meditations on there, and there's a lovely woman whose name I can't quite remember, and I listen to her stuff, and some of them are like proper. Why are my mics now really peaking? There's a loose connection somewhere.
That slowly went louder.
Yeah, there's something not quite right here.
There's a gremlin in the system.
There's something. The cats have hit a button and it's buggered it. Anyway, we'll get by. And so some of them are like guided meditations. You're walking by a forest and you can hear the birds and all of that stuff. And some of them, this woman, it's just her like basically saying nice things to you, and it's lovely. It's really beautiful.
What was that mindfulness one? That the Headspace.
Headspace is good.
Because I'm not a massive meditator. I thought, but I quite enjoyed that one, and it's kind of just sit or lie still and notice things and move on. That's kind of it, isn't it?
Always reminds me of that Alan Partridge episode where he's listening to the relaxing tape and it's his own voice. And right now, you've got to relax now, breathe. I can't stress that enough. You've got to breathe. And he gets so pissed off, he has to turn it off. I always get like, I can't, I wish I could.
Yeah.
It's nice. I do transcendental meditation. I haven't done it I kind of go in and out. But I'm at the moment I'm using this Insight timer, but there's loads of and by the way, the Beatles never turned their back. The only one who got really upset with TM was John. The Beatles never turned their back on TM. George still did it. Ringo still plays gigs for David Lynch's TM Foundation. I think Paul might still do it as well. So anyway, Matt, it's lovely to talk to you. Is there anything else you wanted to add to the conversation? I've enjoyed listening to you.
No, I'm going to bumble along and get on with my work, but I'll probably knock it on the head now. It's getting quite late, isn't it? It's coming up to 11.
10 to 11, man. Yeah.
In this sort of stuff, and it's like hours go by, and you're still in the middle of making something out of Total Recall.
It's nice to talk to you, Matt. I hope work is okay for you.
Yeah, no, it's all right at the moment. Just obviously trying to keep our heads above water, but we're doing all right. We're hanging in there,
Good. All right.
No government support. That's the main thing I will say, is that the government have let down the live music industry, and it's taken us such a long time to get anything out of them that it's difficult. And unless you're Face Fits and you're Lloyd Webber or you're a theatre or you're this or that, a lot of smaller venues are going to be shut by the time we all get to go back out again.
The West End will be okay.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're not going to let the West End go. There will be, I reckon, will be a select number of more famous yet smaller venues that will be okay. Yeah. But the rooms above pubs are probably screwed. The kind of small the breeding. I mean, that was screwed anyway. All those venues were getting closed anyway. So it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare.
We'll see what happens when we get out the other side. I already got friends who've had to shut their businesses and stuff like that, and they were quite big in the industry. So we're sort of hoping that our overheads are low enough to keep us bubbling over. So.
Good luck, man.
Hey ho, but yeah, nice chatting to you guys.
Nice chatting to you too. See you later. Bye bye.
Thanks, Matt.
Leslie Whitepop says they gave me a mantra. I took a daffodil and a white handkerchief. I think I did that. They blessed it. I can't remember anything more than that. I was 15 at the time. I was 17 when I learnt transcendental meditation, TM. And you don't think of nothing. It's impossible. You think of the mantra. You're supposed to concentrate on the mantra. And then you'll realise you're not concentrating on the mantra, you're thinking about bees. And you go, shit, I'm thinking about bees. Mantra. Am I got to go shopping tomorrow? Can I do it at the weekend? I need to get some bread. Oh shit, mantra. I wonder if my mum's okay, because I've not spoken to her for a little while. Mantra, and that's how it goes. And then every now and then, it's happened to me a dozen times in total. Every now and then, you'll be zen. It's not quite the right language in TM, but you'll be zen. There'll be nothing, and you go, "Oh, I'm doing it," and then you're out of the bubble.
There was a moment. I can only equate to this. And I don't like exercising, but I was going to the gym fairly regularly. I was making myself go. And there was a moment exercising, and I've never hit that exercise high everyone talks about, or some weirdos talk about. There was a moment where I started to fly a little bit once when I was exercising, and that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Where you're not necessarily present in that moment. You're doing something else with your head.
Yeah. My pot is boiling. It is not watched, so it will boil over. Namaste.
Namaste. I meant to ask it. I want to ask him about his mantra. He won't ever reveal it.
Just mantra.
He probably is. How are you doing? How's your boy?
He's all right. He's fine. He's in a lot of pain, but he's fine. He's doing all right.
They're incredible, aren't they?
Yeah, he sort of alternates between just obviously in pain and being a bit miserable to flying, kicking his brother in the chest. Yeah, oh, I forgot I was on this actually. That was really weird when that happened. I started hearing like Zoom and the stream. It was a bit surreal. I was just playing a little relaxing video game. I've got to wait till midnight. Go on.
Right. Relaxing video games. Funny you should use those words together in that order, because I was Googling that today and I managed to get back into some stuff that I'd bought for my PS4 ages ago and I'd had a quick go of and not got.
What's that?
And I had another go. It's called Journey.
Oh, Journey, yeah, that's basically art, as far as
It's
I'm concerned.
incredible. I just wanted something that wasn't shooty bang bang or something coming to bite your backside off. I wanted something that was just...
Yeah, and you'll get that from that game. I went to an exhibition at the, where was it? British Museum maybe, about the art of that game. There he is.
Yeah, it's incredible. The music, the sound, the feeling of it when you sort of start to immerse yourself in it. I thought it was great. I don't understand why I let it go so quickly when I first had a go of it. Cause I suppose I just thought I can't see what I'm supposed to do here. And there's no instructions and.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You learn it just by doing it. There's a lot of games like that. It's funny you said, shooty games. A lot of people think that's what games are. I mean, I love video games. I think they're an underappreciated art form.
Yeah.
Getting more appreciated now.
This game, Journey, came in it was a deluxe edition, so it came with Flower, which I'm told is like the same kind of vibe.
It's got the same vibe, yeah.
And Flow.
I haven't tried that one.
Which I think I started playing it, and you're sort of some sort of like simple organism in water, and you sort of gently evolve. I think is the point. But again, it's sort of thing that I can imagine. Get a bit psychedelic.
Just ask a question, Matty? Is there still echo? It may have just been because my headphones are too close to the microphone. Don't want anyone else answering. You're all pieces of trash. Is there echo? No, right. Scott Hatley, time him out. You just said yes. You're timed out.
When will they ever learn?
Right, Rob, you've been timed out for just saying yes. Timed out.
Oh,
right, Matty, there is a hiss and an echo on Katherine now.
I can't hear it on Zoom.
I can hear a hiss in my ears.
I can't hear a hiss.
Me neither.
Everyone who's saying yes, you're getting timed out. It's that simple. I can't hear a hiss.
I thought it was your kettle. It's very vague, though. I don't think it'd be that distracting.
The hiss is quite loud but bearable. Lee, I'm going to mute you. Hang on. Has it gone?
Yeah.
Right, hang on. Katherine, you need to talk.
1 2 1 2 buckle my shoe.
Matty, you can't just say no. Tell me what you can hear, Matty. Can everyone else shut up, please? You can hear a hiss, even just with Lee gone.
Let me turn my mic off and see if it's me.
Well, no. It's got to be something from here. Say something.
Hello.
Right, it's coming through. It's coming through. 2 places. Something has changed here. Say something.
Boom shakalak.
It's coming through 2 places, and I don't know why. The cats have done something. What's right? Is it still there? No, they're talking about that. Oh. Cats have done something. Is it right? Is it still there? Katherine, just say something for 30 seconds.
1 2 3 4
Right,
5.
stop. Is it there if I get rid of the... It's my mixer. He's doing something. There's a loose connection on my mixer somewhere. I can see it. Right, I'm going to get rid of it now. My mixer's doing There's something wrong with the mixer. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Right, let's carry on
All right.
with Lee.
So, what was the relaxing thing you were playing, Lee?
It's a game called Spiritfarer. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. You don't really do a hell of a lot. You just sort of walk around going, oh, look at the way they jump. That's cool. It's all right. It's my sort of thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, just passes the time a bit. I've got to give the lad some medication soon, so I'm just passing the time.
Poor lad.
Poor little lad.
It gets better, but it's horrible not being able to take it away, isn't it? It's.
That is the worst bit. You sort of.
You can't say right. I know exactly how to make this stop.
Yeah.
They've just got to push through it, and it's awful.
I clearly remember my dad saying to me when I was younger, if I could take the pain for you, I would.
Yeah.
I didn't really get it at the time. It's that sort of thing, though.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, well, I hope you like, what was it again? Journey, yeah.
Journey, yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
I think I've nearly finished it, and I'm dreading finishing it because I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's just like an experience. It's not really a game.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just sort of cut off, and I just look like a thumb.
Anyway.
Here I am. Yeah. I never understood people who want to do they get this 100% achievements sort of thing. They want to do. They play through the game every different way. I just like to experience it and then go, oh, that was nice, and I'll remember it. That's about as far as I get. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a sort of I don't know. It's not down. It's just chilled tonight, isn't it? It's nice.
It's weird as not being in the same place. It's always a different vibe.
Smells better though, right?
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Just a bit.
Goodbye. What a rude man. Hey guys, this show would not be happening tonight if it were not for our wonderful sponsors. First cab off the rank, 34sp.com. They are web hosters, web domains, domain names, 34sp.com. They're a small British company based in Manchester who really look after their staff. Every year they have a game-a-thon where they fundraise for local charities. Here's the thing, they're very green as well. Now listen to this. This takes a little bit of thinking to get your noggin around. But they plant trees with the Woodland Trust to offset double the carbon that they would produce if they weren't already using 100% renewable energy. I know. It took me 3 goes of that to work out exactly what it was. So I'm going to put the link into the page so you can have a little read about that. They're basically an ethical internet company, imagine. And they are really cool people as well. If you use the code TLNA, you get 3 months free. And if you do use that and you let us know that you've used it, we will give your website a little plug. Katherine, your turn.
Somers Waste Solutions. They didn't even feel that earthquake this morning where we are. I don't live on the tip. I live nearby. So Somers Waste Solutions, family business. They can handle your waste, not your personal waste. That's your own business. But if you are a business, a shop, a factory, something like that, they can sort you out. They can improve your green credentials and probably save your money. Give them a call and just have a chat with them. They'd love to hear from you.
Poseidon Safety Management, largest suppliers of guard dogs in Devon and Cornwall. They are passionate about making a difference in the area. All patrols are done by local people. They don't just turn up and go home. They stick around and do what they need to do. At the start of Corona, they offered free patrols for local pubs, and then at the start of lockdown, they gave free security to a school that had been broken into. They got a real human touch. You can ring them up for a chat. They're getting very leery on Twitter, so I would go and check them out at Poseidon Safe, at Poseidon Safe on Twitter.
Big up the Gregorian Emerson Family Law. They're our sponsors too. They can sort out, a kind of, what do you call it? A human approach when it comes to you getting divorced. It's a really difficult time. I haven't been through it. I've been around plenty of people who have, and it is not fun at all. They will not make it any more dramatic than it already is. They will not be pitching you against the other side. They will be making sure that your family comes out of it as best you can, because going forward you are still going to be a family. They support as many mums as they do dads. Give them a shout. They can talk things through for you and see if they're a good fit for you. Gregorian Emerson Family Law.
It's something to do with the mixer. I can see the audio distortion. It's something to do with the mixer. But even when I turn the mixer off, it's still there.
Down you go, boy. See, this is the thing that I know about Iain, is that he loves a little... He loves to... Ah, that keeps going in and out, doesn't it? He loves to solve a problem and will not rest until it's done. That's gone, hasn't it? I can't hear it anymore. He's probably pulled something out, has he?
It's still there.
I can't hear it anymore.
I can see it. I can see it. Matty, is it still there, isn't it?
Well, while he's doing that, do you want me to show you my etchings or something? I'll show you my etchings. I've got my art bag here. There's some cack in here, but there might be something you... So, this is lockdown. This is lockdown. I could probably do with planting some trees to offset my impact on the environment. Lovely pair of tits.
New mixer.
And my cat. B. Shaggy Donk. Sleepy Fox. I'm showing you the pictures in case the sound's going off and on. Oh look, there's Puffins. I was quite chuffed with the background on that one. That was something a bit different. Although looking at it now, maybe it looks a bit like a background for a school photo. Oh, this is another bee that I never put out because I thought the flowers were a bit crap. Oh, flying ducks. Strawberries. Why I chose a bowl with stripes on, I'll never know. Mad frog.
Why did you remove that ban on More Eyes 23?
Fish. Siamese.
Okie doke.
We in?
No, I can't work it out.
Baz. Bird in it.
Right, if I get rid, I'm going to go silent for a bit.
Maybe Harry. For some reason this doesn't scan. The purple doesn't come out on the scanner, so. Scary Fox. I think this is a bit crap.
Hello. It's the Elgato.
Hummingbird in it. See, this is the thing, I was doing like one after the other for ages. Oh, there's the thing. That was a little exercise. Oh, that's quite cool, that one. I was doing one after the other for ages and then I just couldn't be bothered. Kate Bush. This came out a bit dark here though. Ah, feathers. Poppies. Iris. Pink poppies. Little poppies. And that's it. That's quite a lot, isn't it? That was about condensed. That was about 2 months worth.
Has it come back? I think it's come back because I can see the bastard. Right. And everyone, don't tell me it's gone, because I know it's gone, because I'm deleting the mixer. Line in.
You haven't. Shall I talk then? Yeah, I can hear you.
What my mic? They've obviously changed my microphone on here.
What would be the most helpful thing I can do at this point? Shut up.
Hang on. Can you hear me? Matty, can Matty hear me? Can you ask if Matty can hear me?
Matty, can you hear Ian? He says.
Hello. You can hear me. Has the hiss gone, Matty? Because I don't know what I'm coming through on here. I'm just asking, Matty! I got to... Basically, I have to completely wipe everything from Streamlabs, unplug everything. I've got to rebuild it all again because there's something not right. Oh, this bloody thing. Ugh.
Hello. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I know why. Because it's on there, isn't it? Oh, fuck it. No, it's not a Zoom thing. I know the hiss is back. I can see it. When I go to this shot, the hiss goes, but then I go. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. There's the gain. There's the hiss that loud. So that's the gain. So somewhere a setting has changed. This computer's all to cock at the moment.
It's weird that it kicked in when it did.
wonder.
Oh. Just like that, he was gone. You fixed it. I can hear you. Uh-huh. Very quiet. Mm-hmm. Mm. Magic. Yeah. It's very, very quiet. How can I help? Oh, they can hear me. I will not say that. I'm supposed to be good cop, remember? That's the roles we were assigned. Go Rouge. I've got no echo now either.
No, I know, because the
finally?
echo was coming through here, and this
I can hear
isn't
you.
connected.
I can hear you beautifully now.
Hello? Fixed it.
Hi.
I fixed it. And you can hear me, guys, right? You can hear me, yeah? And I fixed it. I don't know how I fixed it.
Oh, that's really loud. That's really loud now.
Well, that's your. Well, you have to turn your volume down.
What do I know?
You'd have to turn your volume down. This fucking. Excuse me.
There's an armpit shot for all you perverts. Plug them back in.
So I've got to add new mixer. So annoying. Right, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuilding. I'm completely rebuilding Streamlabs.
It gives you a little mission while you're convalescing. Oh, look at that. My nose looks really red now. It's me going Rouge.
Game on watch.
Okay. All right.
So tomorrow, I'm going to have to completely... I hate doing it. I like doing it when I'm well. A fucking camera. Because there's no light.
Oh.
I like doing it when I'm well. But I don't like doing it... Look, George is eating a box. Oh, you can't see. Hang on.
There's someone on my chair. Well. He says, what do you think I'm doing? What does it look like?
There you go. Can you see it there? It's gone. I got to rebuild the whole of Streamlabs, and I like this is the kind of stuff I like doing when I'm well. When I'm not well, it's like, really? There's something wrong with this computer. In as much as it's something it's just something not quite working properly about it.
Mm.
And Streamlabs, which is how we're doing this show, seems to keep buggering up. And I don't quite know why. And I'm losing the will to live.
What time is it? Knock it on the head if you want.
I'll knock you on the head in a minute. That's a joke.
It will not.
I'm going to knock whoever comes up on the screen next on the head. Oh, here he is. Hello, Dave. Oh, I got to unmute you. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
That all right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Don't you hate working with computers? They're horrible, aren't they?
It's the worst, man. It's the worst. And now there's a delay.
I have to do it every day, so it's, I always say I hate working with them. Usually drivers is the problem. Oh, yeah, drivers not working.
Have you updated your drivers?
Oh, yeah, got to make sure you update your drivers.
Why can't you... Here's the thing, right? Why can't you plug something in and it works?
Yeah.
Just imagine you got something out of a box. I was explaining this to my 10-year-old the other day. We bought something and it just didn't work. And I said, son, this is life. You buy something, you spend 100, 150, £1,000. You should just be able to get it out of the box and plug it in and it goes. It never works like that.
And the worst thing is when we use systems that are obviously secure, that we have to have a special account to log in to download drivers. And sometimes there are ones we can't even, we're not even allowed to put on, so we have someone else to do it.
But then I don't know what driver, 32X, 64X, what? I don't know. All right, so now I've got to download something. Can't you just sense my computer and tell me which one I need to... And someone goes, no drivers on Macs. Well, there are, but also you can't stream on a Mac. It's a pain in the ass to stream on a Mac. Yeah. Working with a Mac...
I don't know. Right, I'll Google it.
Yeah. Working with a Mac, it's constantly doing workarounds.
Yeah. It's they're just awful. You're talking about TM. I'm going to see a mate of mine tomorrow in Brighton, and she's always telling me to do TM for my anxiety and stuff. But I don't know.
I did it. It's expensive.
That's the thing.
I did it when I was 17, so I did it 30 years ago, and it was at the time. You paid a different price per age, so I did it.
salary and stuff.
Yeah, so I did it when I was 17, and it was a fixed student rate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it would be now. It's a few hundred. It's great for when I got migraines. It's the only thing.
Then again, the drugs work for me, so.
Then go with the drugs. There are other meditations you can do. All a TM is it's just a mantra. You get given a mantra, and you repeat it for 20 minutes in your head, and it's transcendental meditation. Amy, the sink hasn't fixed itself. I fixed the sink by going in and changing it. So I want full credit for that, please.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Letters and dispatches, as we always say.
I am tomorrow, or whenever I'm well enough, I'm taking everything out of Streamlabs and I'm rebuilding it from the bottom up. Do TM, do it. Invest in yourself.
Maybe, but as I say, if the drugs work and I'm fairly okay with it, then why fix saying if it ain't broke? But
You are very
the person who really told me to get to do it was the head
Mike
of
Love. Donovan.
No, was the head of One Little Indian, and he owns a record company, so of course he got the money to.
Well, then he should sponsor you to do it. You should say, sponsor me to do it.
That's the point. Yeah.
Say, sponsor me to do it, One Little Indian.
And can have some free records.
Yeah, exactly. You piece of goddamn trash. I'm really glad I did it. Would I pay for it now? Possibly not. But it's a skill that I have, and I'm really glad I have, and a technique that I have, and I still find it useful.
You ever fancy going on one of those retreats?
Yeah, I'd love to.
What the TM retreats?
Or just any retreat?
A mate of mine did the going in a forest and drinking hallucinogens and doing the whole getting back to nature thing.
Which forest? Epping?
That was in Peru, I think. Did the whole sort of...
The one in Epping, you just have a spliff with some really rubbery hash.
he did the whole sitting in a teepee for 2 days, stewing up sort of stuff. Yeah.
I was supposed to go and do that for a TV show, but it was just as I was getting clean and.
That's not a.
Yeah.
They did do it. I mean, I remember they did it for Channel 4 or something.
Yeah.
Tony Wilson did it.
It's supposed to be me.
And he said it was quite boring because he sort of had those nights in the hacienda, and where he thought things were coming out to beat him up and saw things to their average night in Manchester in 1980s. So
Simon Anstall swears by it because it changed his life.
How you doing, Dave? I'm struggling a bit, and the technological stuff is getting me down. I don't like being. I don't like having a cold.
Yeah, when you got a cold, you just everything feels like you're walking through treacle.
Let me ask you a question, and you don't have to answer.
Yeah.
What is the point of this?
What, everything?
This show. What is the point of it? Is there a point of it?
Does there have to be?
Yes.
Or is it, as you always say, filling in time before while we're waiting to die?
That's the thing, man. That's the thing.
I mean, because I've had a couple of weeks off, and I haven't really been able to go anywhere. I'm going somewhere tomorrow, and I'm going to Liverpool this weekend. But I've sort of watched more Twitch than I have before, I suppose. Just gone on during the day when people are streaming and looking at stuff, and it's quite interesting when people have got communities like I think you have. How it feels when you've got about 4 people watching you all the time, I don't know.
Yeah, that must be tough.
No, St. John said that because when he had a small community, he felt like more like they were friends.
Yas says to be entertaining, interesting, engaging, and engaging should be the point. That feels like it's putting a lot of pressure on us.
Well, I said to you the other day about on the games night, that was quite good because it got people to engage. And they had something they could phone in with,
Yeah.
Sometimes, a bit like the radio show, I think people will go, well, I can't do an act or I can't do this or that, so I won't, But that actually gave loads of people queuing up to, they had little games and they had little quizzes.
We're doing that Thursday. That's coming back Thursday's game night,
great.
guys. I meant to be saying this all week. It's Katherine versus Iain. So far, it's 1-0 to me, I think. Did I win last week?
I think so.
1-0 to me. And you can phone in with quizzes, with bizarre little games, with Guess Who, with anything you want. Use your imagination. Thursday night, we will be playing again.
Yeah, because it got people to engage, and I think that's the thing with Twitch. If you can get people to, sort of react and join in, particularly with a show like yours. Some other ones are more sort of passive. People can just watch and throw things in the chat. But I think you can find something that will get people sort of engaged more than.
I quite like nights like this where people just drop in.
Yeah, this is good as well. I mean, it's good just people sort of turning up, but it's whatever. It's a bit like the radio show wasn't the same thing every time. Then this hasn't got to be the same thing every time. But that's really, as you say yourself, you could do sort of something really simple every time, and it would, it will pass the time. But you're not the sort of people who want to do, the same old shtick and say, what do you think about COVID? What do you think about, shall we legalise marijuana?
Hanging stroke marijuana.
Have you got a parking ticket, etc.? You can do that till cows come home.
Yeah.
But it's far more interesting to do what you do, And it really is still early days. And Twitter really, Twitch is, sort of quite a new thing as well. So it's finding what you can do with the medium. And I think it's, Janelle does some really interesting stuff with it. I watched it the other night, and I think it's finding little things that work. But as I say, I would like people to bring up and engage more. Some people just like to sit there at night and just, watch other people do it. But
hang on, we've got an excellent question from Mark. Are you wearing a green cape?
No.
It's your PJs.
My PJs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all the perverts out there, yeah.
If you got another gig on radio, would you drop Twitch? Probably not. I mean, that would depend on money. If they came and said, "Hey, here's £100,000," oh, well, okay, well, then maybe, but probably not, because there's too much invested in this. I get to work with Katherine. I've gone off radio. I mean, if I did, it would be purely a financial thing, because I miss radio. I miss what I mistakenly perceive as the legitimacy of radio. And there is no legitimacy to radio, but me being old, I consider that to be more real than this.
We spent about 10 minutes talking about a radio station very few people can listen to anymore yesterday. And when we were still on it, it felt like the death knell. And a lot of those radio stations are going that way.
Well, you two are outliers, and I think James O'Brien in a way is, well, maybe not on LBC, but there are certain presenters that are outliers that are doing interesting stuff and not, even though James has to talk about, well, he didn't talk about Brexit all the time now, we might get back to that, but he talks about COVID quite a lot, but there are outliers. And I think, but then again in radio, I think there always were. There were people like John Peel, Kenny Everett, those sort of people who were really interesting, did different things. And then there was, not to drop people like, no, so Noel Evans, Mike Reid, Gary Davis, in the 80s or whatever, who were doing just standard, stick. Although Noel Evans wasn't, yes, but there always have been people who have innovated, and there are always people who have just, done what's expected of them. And I mean, you couldn't imagine you still being at talk radio at this point.
Who would have thought that LBC would become the moderate alternative?
Well, yeah, and it really has. There's people like James, and I guess.
Have you? I'm not saying this is a dig, but has anyone listened to Times Radio? I've not listened to 1 second of it.
No, it's a bit weird. It's like, who's it for?
I don't get it. I don't get a lot of things at the moment, and I'm aware. Mike Graham is king. Jesus Christ. But I'm also aware I'm trying to bite my tongue a bit because I'm not feeling very well, and when I don't feel physically well, then my mental health takes a nosedive.
What I really like about the Mike Graham is king clan is that they don't realise he's doing a thing. When they grass us up to him and suggest that we're the opposition, they don't realise that
Yeah, but it's
We get on all right.
It's theatre, as you know, it is. It's
Yeah,
theatre. Exactly what Dolan did the other night is theatre, and he might not mean it, but that's the problem.
No, but now that they seem to be exclusively broadcasting to flag shaggers, he's got to be careful because he thinks he's broadcasting on one level and he ain't.
No.
Here's what pisses me off, right? I'm fucking brilliant. Right? I'm brilliant at radio. I'm brilliant. And one of the best. And I got awards that will prove it.
Show us.
And I'm not going to show you because that is beneath me. I don't like to brag, but I've got awards. And then it says there, Alexis Comran is on Times Radio. Alexis has moved from Talk to Times. And you think, he's a nice guy. You know, he's a nice guy.
Danny Baker has to go on Patreon.
This is it. I said that to Dan.
I find that absolutely heartbreaking.
I messaged him and said, Dan, imagine this: two multi-award winning, and he's got way more awards than me, but two multi-award winning presenters have to, go around cap in hand. But then you see, just someone in the chat is Alexis Comran is on Times Radio. It's Alexis. He's a nice guy. He's not very good. I'm going to say it. I don't mean to say it in a mean way. There is no way of saying it without sounding mean. And I take it back. It's
not even that. It's not even that. It's just that he's not doing anything different.
He's a safe pair of hands. I take that back. He's not very good. That's rude and that is ill-mannered.
But there are people who they got in on Talk to do odd shows that are now on Times that aren't radio presenters. They're just journos. And sometimes that works, James is an obvious thing. He was journalistic, became, he learned to do it. And Sheila in the afternoon on LBC. And I think Eddie Mair's getting better on LBC, actually. I think it was a crap fit to begin with, but I think he's got...
But that is the thing, though, isn't it? There are people who are learning on the jobs, right? Meanwhile, there are finished articles out there who are scratching around for work. I don't get it.
Why can't I get a job? Why can't I get a job? And the annoying thing, one of the many annoying things was when I lost the job at Talk, everyone on Twitter said, oh, you'll be fighting them off. You'll get loads of offers. I had zero offers. Zero offers. A lot of radio stations, and it doesn't work like that either. You don't get offers. You have to kind of go to them. We love him. We think he's great. We just don't have space for his voice at the moment. We had one station, Union Jack, who offered me and Katherine everything. Offered us everything that we could possibly have wanted, right? And where's that? There we go.
And it was right at the time when it would have been very handy.
Also, it was the day after I got the boot.
Yeah.
So they came at me when I was my most vulnerable, and they said, "We love you. We want to give you a job. Can I bring Katherine? Yeah. We'll give you anything you want. What do you want? Can we have 5 nights a week live? Yep, of course you can. Actually, can we change it to 3 nights a week live? Yep. Of course you can. Of course you can. Of course you can." So it was all like, yeah, of course you can. This is great. This is a done deal. And then it was, I've spoken to my bosses and they would like you to type up a treatment for the show. I'm thinking, I've never typed up a treatment in my life. Listen to the last 4 years. There's the treatment. But I did it. I typed up a treatment for the show. And I said, we got this many million downloads on the podcast, and we got this, and we got this, and we saved a man's life, and we've won these awards and stuff. We will give you... And, okay, this is great. This is a done deal. I'll take it to my boss. And then we got an email saying, yeah, sorry, boss says there isn't enough money. Good luck, bye. And I sat on that for a couple of days, and I wrote back saying, couple of things. When someone's just lost their job and they're at their most vulnerable, never promise someone a job when you're not 100% sure it actually exists. And certainly don't do it 2 days after or a day after they've lost their job. That's mean, and that's bad manners. And fair play to the guy. He wrote back saying, I take all of that on board, and yes, I didn't handle it very, very well. But that's the closest I came to a gig after Talk.
Remember Phil Jupiter saying the same thing about his Six Music gig that he had for a while. This was ages ago in Six Music, so it was before it sort of got taken over and sort of revamped as it is now. But he said they kept asking him to sort of come in for meetings after and, listening back to the show and saying what works and what doesn't. I go there, do the show. If you're not happy with it, then, see you.
Yeah.
And you do wonder,
I do wonder about, I think there's a lot of people in management at the moment who, again, are works in progress. And I think they get a bit rattled by the idea, this kind of maverick label that Iain and I, to an extent, in collaboration with Iain, have managed to get ourselves. But we're not mavericks. The reason why we seem to be doing something different is because we know exactly what we can and can't do.
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous because no one else is doing it. It ain't dangerous, just that everyone else is towing a line.
They treated us terribly at that station.
Mm.
One day we'll tell you.
And when Danny got sacked from Radio 5 once for his, and he was still doing GLR at the time, and they said, you know, he phoned him up, said, "Do you want me to come in?" He said, "Well, no one else can do the show. You might as well come in." And he said on the news before he was on, they said called him a part of a brand of a new young broadcaster, and he was about 45 at the time. And he said, like, well, how has this happened? He goes, someone said, "How has that happened?" He goes, "I've always done this. The world sort of caught up with me, sort of thing." I don't know, man. You know, as I think I told you, you know, crap floats to the top. People don't look past BBC One and ITV. People are really unadventurous with what their entertainment is. They think, you know, BBC Four, you know, no one even probably knows it exists. People are, you know, quite staid in what they where they go for their entertainment. They always have.
Dougie was right, wasn't he, the other week when he said it's not a meritocracy?
No, it isn't. It really isn't.
Thank you, Dave.
No worries, man. I hope your cold sorts itself out.
Thanks, man. I'm aware everything is amplified by having a cold.
Of course it is. But also, it's been a really hard 6 months.
Yeah. You know what, Divya, when someone showed his dick earlier on, was it really visible? Do I need to go back and cut his dick out? Is Floydie?
I think I knew that's what it was.
You could see. Okay, I'll go back.
But I don't know what other people could see. I'm guessing we were all on the same screen, right?
Here we go.
Oh,
this
good.
we can't. We wait. Connect to the audio. This is what we need. This is what we need. We talk about Dougie and Floydie gets summoned. I like it. Good evening, Stephen.
Hi there, Ian. How are you doing?
I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to.
Oh, you look like a priest tonight.
Ah, God bless you, my child. Okay, here's an XTC tune. I'll try not to mess up too much.
Yes.
Why don't you start coughing?
The disappointed all shuffle round in circles. Their placards look the same with a picture and a name of the ones who broke their hearts. The disappointed all congregate at my house. Their voices sob with grief and they want me to be chief of the tribe with broken hearts. Once I had no sympathy for those destroyed and thrown away by love. Seems your ring upon my finger signifies that I've become the spokesman of the disappointed, who'll bear me on their shoulders in a secret shadowland where a somber marching band plays a tune for broken hearts. Woo, and day grows darker now. Everywhere, the disappointed are coming in their millions. They're spilling from the bus as a monument to us, made of bits of broken hearts. Once broken heart, the disappointed. The disappointed. The disappointed. There you go. Bit of Andy and the boys.
Little bit of Andy. Thank you very much. Do you mind if I call you Floydy?
All my mates do, so why not?
Floydy, that was a joy. It was lovely to see you pop up, mate. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that.
Cool. What do you think about the reverse polarity mix of skylarking?
I struggle to notice the difference.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I struggle to notice the difference. It sounds a little bit brighter, but then a lot of albums that are re-released 20, 30 years later sound a bit brighter. It was not the earth-shattering experience I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement there.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Floydy.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
What that was, they released an album, and XTC always said it, or Andy Partridge always said it sounded very flat, mixed by Todd Rundgren. And then apparently they found out that Todd Rundgren had the leads plugged in the wrong way, so that it was compressed more than it should have been. So they released it a couple of years ago with the leads plugged in the right way. I couldn't really hear the difference. See if there's anyone else. I'm enjoying this.
I think Stephen Floyd is an absolute delight.
Who?
The guy we just spoke to.
Floydy.
Yeah, Floydy.
Floydy, you mean? Yeah, Floydy's great. I don't know the Stephen Floyd guy. Floydy, I like. I also like Michael.
Hi.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too
Hey,
bad.
nice chair.
Oh, is this? Oh!
It's a
I'm
winner.
so sorry. This guy's a winner. He won this chair on Thursday. Saturday, he was swearing and cursing as he tried to lift up the really heavy chair bit to put it on the base, because you have to construct it. You look too young, but I had a 10-year-old boy sat there laughing at me as I tried to do it. And now he is sat on his winning chair. This is at the Manchester Gamer. Can I get a shout out for the Manchester Gamer, please? Nice one, man. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I know I posted some stuff on Twitter and Instagram, but I just want to call in and say thank you in person, I suppose.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
It's incredibly comfortable.
I'm just looking at that little white one you used to. I'm guessing that was what it replaced, right?
Yeah, right. This white chair. I tried to flog it on. I live in a kind of a converted mill full of flats,
Right.
and I thought, does anyone want a free chair? Can't even get rid of the chair.
No.
Free chair? Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Well, look at us both in our noble chairs. I paid for mine. He didn't pay for. Yo, guys, go back, boy. Oh, I struggle with this. Oh.
Meanwhile, I'm back on the kitchen. I'm back on the dining room chair.
Oh. Sorry about
This
that.
is actually quite uncomfortable. I'm a little bit too far back.
Yeah, it's a bit too much. The first time I really tilted back though. Sorry, we're having a discussion about chairs, but the first time I really tilted back, I screamed. I thought I was going over the edge. Yeah. But,
I'm so pleased. He was quick getting that. It was Stephen getting that sent over. That was incredible. I thought it would be a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah,
Next
I
day.
thought
2 days.
yeah, more or less. And it wasn't. You said enjoy putting it together, but it wasn't too bad. I thought it was quite.
Okay, all right. Don't belittle me because I found it really difficult. That's belittling. I'm glad you won it, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's
Thanks for giving us a call.
It's going to help with the streaming. Thank you very much.
How's the streaming going?
I'm just talking. 3 or 4 people might hop on, but if I'm going to play video games, I might as well put it on and see if anyone wants to.
When are you streaming next?
I don't really have a schedule. I was supposed to be getting married on Friday.
She left you. Did she leave you?
She's just down there.
Why did she leave you?
She just couldn't handle me.
Couldn't handle you. Wow, powerful man. I like this.
No, we were supposed to be getting married on Friday, so coronavirus, it's not going ahead. That's fine, but we're going to go and stay in Manchester in the city centre this weekend, so probably not as much gaming this week. Got to
I think that's
focus
a
on
reasonable
the
excuse.
yeah. Got to focus on my beloved fiance, who's listening in the next room. So
hello, beloved fiance. He's got a really comfy chair now. Hey, nice one, Michael. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for letting us see it, and well done.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh,
See you
it
later.
looks
man.
like he's gone to a
night.
good home.
Good night. Nice guy.
Yeah. What he should do is put his beloved fiance on that really uncomfortable chair and form the next big double act.
That's what I think they should do. That's exactly what I think they should do. That's it. We seem to be out of people. I feel tonight's show was... Right, who is this? People keep saying social gatherings of more than 6 are fully banned in all of the UK as of tomorrow. Is that true? I've seen a few people say that. Good, by the way, good. Social gatherings of more than 6 people are set to be banned by law in England. Homes, parks, pubs and restaurants. But if they're banned in restaurants, and like, so there's 10 of you that want to go to a restaurant, well, you just book 2 tables, 6 and 4.
Mm. Or are they saying that you can't have 6 people in one room?
A ban
Total.
on groups of more than 6 people gathering in homes, parks, pubs and restaurants in England. Good, because there's a bloody coronavirus, you dicks. The current limit is 30. The exemptions... exemptions will include weddings, funerals, workplaces, schools and lectures.
Workplaces.
And team sports. Workplaces. So
Go
Pret.
back to work. Anywhere you can pay, you can go, apart from the pub.
So Pret. Pret is safe. I feel I've let the audience down tonight.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's been a good show. I think it's been a show filled with me angry at having a cold and angry at technology letting me down. That's what I feel.
Well, I think that tonight has certainly had its moments. And I think you're probably being overly critical. And maybe, though, going to bed early might do you some good.
I feel a bit shit, to be honest, Boyley.
I know.
I feel really low.
I know, I can tell.
When does it get better? When does it get better? When does it pick up?
It will. It will. Just get through today. Let tomorrow take care of itself. We'll see what happens.
Part of it is, right, when we're doing the radio, we knew what a radio show was.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew how we could play within the confines of a radio show.
Yeah.
We knew what we could play. Between us, the pair of us have never had an Ofcom upheld, right? We've been doing 40 years of broadcast between us, 45 years of broadcast. The pair of us have never had an Ofcom upheld. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. But we knew what a radio show was because we've grown up listening to them. And so we know how to subvert a radio show, make it sound like it's not a radio show.
Yeah, subvert the expectations.
I'm really struggling to know how to do that with this.
Yeah, because we're doing something completely new.
Completely new. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this has any validity. And this is because I'm an old man, and so radio is my thing. That feels valid to me. I'm really bitter at the whole radio industry that I can't get a job. I can't get a job. You know, in March, we were both on stage at the Palladium in front of all of our peers collecting, the final award of the night for Best Radio Moment of the Year.
And let's not underestimate the amount of flipping young people or people starting out in radio or people actually who've been in it for a long time say nice things about us and that we gave them hope.
Is that you, Lucky? Lux? Someone's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Lucky. You missed your dinner. I have to feed her again. And now... and now no one will give me a job.
Well, it wasn't fun by the end. It was awful. Would you want to stay there? I could have stayed there.
Not
Well,
at
I
talk
couldn't
radio.
have stayed there.
Not at talk, but at radio.
Mm.
I couldn't be on the same station as Dolan now and Wootton. I mean, being on the same station as Wootton was making me sick in my mouth.
There are people towing the line there. I'm very surprised at. And some I'm less surprised at because they go whichever way the wind blows.
Devil. Wootton is the devil. Fabulous. But I don't know. Right. Let's do a raid. Let's do a little raid. Now, hang on a minute. So, I love that song that Floydie played.
Yes.
The Disappointed. Now, we are raiding people this week that we have raided before. Okay, that is the plan for this week, because we can go back to people. And did we mention our sponsors in this hour? Let's just very quickly, before we do a raid, let's thank our sponsors, without whom this show would not be possible. Poseidon Safety Management, they are the largest suppliers of guard dogs in Devon and Cornwall. They're getting very fruity on Twitter. I would go and see them at Poseidon Safe, getting very, very fruity. Basically, they stop crimes in Devon and Cornwall. That's what it's all about. 34sp.com, web hosting providers. Their focus is WordPress. My website is WordPress. They're completely independent, and October is going to be their 20th year in business. They might be doing some giveaways in September. We need to talk to them about that. Most of the industry is dominated by huge billion-dollar corporations. And you know what it's like trying to phone up a big corp. You know, you're going to speak to a human. You can with 34sp.com. And we've had someone in the chat who was trying to post the link to their company, and they are using 34sp. If you email that to us, latenightalternative@gmail.com, and just a little bit of, something that proves that you're using 34sp, then we will happily give your website a plug, as long as it's not Bluey's.
Use the code TLNA, get 3 months absolutely free. See if you like it. If you don't, you can walk away, but we bet you'll like it.
Richard Gregorian, big up the Gregorian, is doing great work. He's we haven't heard a lot from Jerry, our regular caller. Richard Gregorian is in there helping out for free, which is great. And Somers Waste Solutions, your one-stop shop for all your waste needs. Switch and save. Again, if you phone up, you mention TLNA, I bet they'll do you a cheeky little discount. SomersWasteSolutions.com. Is that the website now? I've said it. I don't know if that's actually... That is the website.
It is.
That is the website. Right, let's find someone that we've... let's go and raid Mystic Chrissy. She was the one doing the podcast, I think, wasn't she?
I think so.
Very, very pink screen we're about to go to. So we've raided her before. She's absolutely delightful and charming. So we're going to go and raid now. Raid. Sorry if you feel the show wasn't up to snuff today. It's partly my fault. I'm in a bit of a grumpy mood.
Looking at the chat, it's only you.
Yeah, they're all bum lickers though.
Well, good. I like them.
I don't like any of these guys. Boyley, I'm going to give you a call in a minute. I love you. Hopefully, I haven't got the COVID, but I feel that I'm not long for this world.
Oh, stop it! Just don't go towards the light.
I really want to embrace the light, so we say goodbye to that dickhead there. Goodbye. She is gone. We do the raid. We'll see you tomorrow at 10, whatever it is. Peace and love.